we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Check out an old goose. We're back on the mic, crushing another rhyme. Real dog, mask down, son, this has to be a crime. Doing verbal walk-bys, I slap the fist, play and pretend. Thinking seeing no evil somehow means I win. Fools, if intellect were light bulbs, they be drooling in the dark. In a double wide and got a line that's some forgotten trailer park. Their egos barking loudly, acting also very proud. Blathering the unspoken parts, never say aloud. Targeting advertisers, contacting them with claims. And here's the really stupid part, they linked it to their name. Bragging they caused some losses while dropping proof to cause some views. Not only inviting lawsuits, but the types that morons lose. When life gives most people lemons, they don't squeeze it in their eyes. But you do, we most certainly do. And I get that stupid comes in all shapes and sizes, but this is a nuclear fallout type of stupid. The dumb that ends all dumb, and bragging about targeting a business on a show that threatens that business on a daily. Good daily. Yeah, good luck not getting sued over that one.
Oh man, squeezing lemon in your eyes. Fun times. Welcome to a Monday edition. Apparently, both of us took a weekend off, and everybody thought that we had been, I don't know, kidnapped and taken to Levy County or something. I know. I mean, and thanks to everybody that worries about it, you know. I mean, I appreciate people.
We're okay. Everybody, we're okay.
They were like, both of them have disappeared. Oh, no. The turtle ninjas were real.
I hardly ever stream on the weekends, by the way. You will notice that I might stream with other people, but I hardly ever stream on my channel on the weekends. So it's not unusual for me to be gone Saturday, Sunday.
It is for me. I usually at least hit 2 of those 3 days. Sunday, I'm usually lazy, but you know, I don't know. That sinus, we were talking about it a minute ago. We were both like, man, you know, sinus wiped us both out. And
yeah.
I think
apparently it was just a really bad allergy weekend for everyone. I thought I was falling into a deep depression because I couldn't get out of bed. It turns out I just needed an Allegra. Whoops.
Who knew that was the new antidepressant, right? You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, if you think next time you think you're depressed, try allergy meds first. I must have slept 40 hours this weekend.
I did. That was me. I was like, what is wrong with me? I can't wake up, you know? I've fallen and I really can't get up. I was like, good Lord, what's happened to me?
My child just fell down.
Exactly. That and I had to play video games, you know. That new Silent Hill 2 came out and I needed that in my life. So, you know, there was that too. Man, yes, I know. Ooh, it was much better. I thought it'd be a bomb, but it was fun. A little horror, you know, to distract from the real life horror of Levy County.
I played video games too today. Did you know that?
Yes, I caught a little bit of that. I could not check in, unfortunately, because I told you. Yes, some people were like, "Oh my God, Tug was on the thumbnail and he wasn't
False
there."
advertisement.
Clickbait. Yeah, and I was like, "No, that's actually." I told Megan I would try to be there, so it wasn't false advertisement. That was my fault.
Well, Flux came along for the ride, and Flux used to be a truck driver in the Army. And so she was there to give me good advice, but it did not stop this unbelievable thing from happening. I got sideswiped by another semi, and it wasn't my fault, if you can believe this. I just got hit out of the blue while in the truck simulator by another semi. And it was a General Foods truck, and it didn't stop. It was insanity.
I was reading comments. This Yamaha biker said, "I used to like Tug, but after watching his complete intro, I'm questioning my judgment."
Oh, man. Oh,
some of those are
gosh.
amazing, though. You know, some of them are little nuggets people might not have been around for. You know, like the crazy guy, the "I'm a man." That's a real 911 call about me.
Oh my God, that guy. Yeah, the Albertini phone call is
Oh,
absolutely
Lord.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my whole damn life. Like,
Oh,
kudos that you got that on.
that interview.
Recording.
Remember that? Oh, you remember that? Who was he calling? It was like child services in California. And he was
Something
talking
like
about,
that.
yeah, he was talking about like Hollywood Satanism and like,
People
like,
cannibalizing someone's brain.
yeah, I mean, and he was there. It was just, I was like, okay. But he didn't, if he would have taken the deal, he would have been able to get famous.
Oh my God.
That was my favorite. Then there's the absolute Muppet that contacted the mayor here, or what?
The
you know.
Muppet.
Yeah, I was like, my God. You know, they played this whole conversation. I was like, my God. I did call that guy, though. I did call the mayor from that. I was like, you sat there and listened to them, and I'm a taxpayer, and you listen to these idiots for like 30 minutes. And you weren't like, yeah, see ya. You know, I mean, come on. But I don't know. Well, I did have one person though that they pointed out I guess they didn't know what fainting goats were. And
Oh, every
they
time that clip is up, I laugh my ass off. Every single time.
somebody
It's so
wrote
funny.
me and was like, "Are you making fun of the issue that I have? I have something." And I was like, "No, they're fainting goats. Like people have them around here." I
Yeah,
knew
they're
a
like a
guy.
real thing.
Yeah, I knew this guy who had one, and the goat would get up on its. Oh my God, is this your driving stream?
I found
Oh,
the
no.
spot where I get run off the road by another semi, and it's not my fault. Watch
Their
this.
cause is right and just, that they would do anything to make that happen. And I feel that way about Bill Gates and his like
Oh, no.
climate change bullshit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and about these scientists. Oh, what the? You hit me, you big asshole.
He just ran right into your lane.
Look at this, and he
What
doesn't even
the-
stop.
Are you gonna pull over,
Oh,
sir?
you better stop.
Oh, he's not
Oh.
stopping, and it's a General Mills truck.
Oh,
General
oh
Mills
my.
too.
General Mills ran me off the road. I
Make
think
way
I
for
have
the
a lawsuit.
cereal, babies. You know?
I have a lawsuit. If you guys
Is
missed this, it was a members only stream on YouTube and also locals, meganfox.locals.com. And it is hilarious. We got talking about DARPA and hurricanes and weather machines. It was crazy.
Ugh. Man, I think, see, that would be a perfect thing to do in the background when we're talking about stuff on Tuesday. That's what you need to do. You need to drive while
Just
we,
drive while we talk.
yeah,
But
just
I can't.
drive.
Well, maybe we should try that. Maybe we should try to do our usual stream while I drive a mission to a trucking mission.
Here's a question. I don't know. Coyote Bay, thanks, by the way, for the two there. Did I hear Jeremy right that the JC went after Zim? I don't know. Did that happen?
Well, I heard that Zim received some threats. I have not seen verification of it. I don't know, and I don't know, if he did get threatened, who did it. I did hear that rumor, but it's at this point it's just a rumor.
Oh, that's nuts. I want to, yeah, if there's a bunch of verification. Yeah, people are like, yeah, but he didn't get arrested. Yeah, hey, yeah, if there's a bunch of stuff with that, send over some stuff if there's more with it, because I
Apparently
am
Jeremy
curious.
said this, but it's funny. Again, more proof that I am not in league with Jeremy because I didn't even hear about this. So if Jeremy were calling the shots, clearly he would have told me about this, and clearly I would have already reported it. But I haven't because we haven't talked about it, and I don't even know about it. Jeremy's in the chat. He says, yes, Crook
What up,
threatens him,
Jeremy?
and a police report has been made.
Oh, good time. I mean, well, it's not good times for Zim. I don't mean it that way.
No.
I mean, well, you know, but they're not going to stop their insanity. They're just going to escalate. They found out that there is no consequence for any behavior whatsoever. So, you know.
Yeah, and Jeremy, by the way, you're a really shitty conspiracy leader, by the way, because you did not contact me to tell me about this facet of the case. And you didn't tell me, what to report and when and all that stuff. I don't know what's wrong with you. For the leader of a RICO conspiracy, you have a real organizational problem.
Really? For somebody pulling the strings, I have to do a lot of research. This is not fun. I mean, come on.
I'm having to do way too much of my own research in this conspiracy.
What's going on with this? I have found it interesting that lately, I mean, I can't believe, like, Bruce, he's started going after lawyers for her, his big long rant that he had the other day, my Lord, that was amazing.
Jeremy just said, my control superpowers must be broken.
For real. By the way, people keep emailing me and asking me about something, and I'm sure they ask Megan a lot too. There's been talk about an expert from,
Yes.
Bruce. I will say it this way: if Bruce wishes to file that, then we will talk about it. But
Right.
until then, it's just a bunch of utter bullshit. File it if it really is filed. Some people said, "Oh, it's got a file date." Well, I haven't seen it pop up anything yet, so. When it pops up,
when it comes onto the docket, we'll report it. Now, again, this is just more proof than what we do here and what I do on my channel and what we report on public court cases. If it is not in the public record, it is not a part of the case. So it's not something that I'm going to be reporting and wasting my time on. Because if he never plans to file it, then it will have been a wasted stream. It will have been wasted time put into it, wasted research. So I will not be doing that. We won't be doing that until it's actually filed in the case.
Yeah, when it's filed though, hey, it's field day all day. I mean, I'm not going to go through and tell him if his filing is great or if it sucks. I'll do that afterwards after it's filed.
Right. David Gingras kind of got the best of both worlds. Because he posted all of his filings before he filed them, and then he had all these people commenting on them and saying, "Oh, this is wrong and that's wrong," and then he would just correct it and refile something else.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm not going to do your work for you, Bruce. I know that's what you want. I know you want me to do your work for you and point out all the holes, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to have to be a big boy, put on your big boy pants, and not rely on, us experts out here to tell you what you did wrong. Okay? You're just going to find out the hard way.
Oh. I've been amazed by I'm pulling this up. Give me a minute. I mean, he went on this rant, and with his rant, he was like, "Oh, by the way, Silverman." And I was like, "Wait, what? Wait a minute." I expected the shots at Shockit, but then the Silverman stuff. I don't know.
I know you told me that I gave this to you, but I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, that was that was the thing that...
There's been so much shit that I can't recall what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to keep up with everything. I clipped this. I was going to talk about this. Remember, he was posting, and he started being like, shock it, dentist, all that stuff. And then he was like, he refuses to himself communicate. That's terrible writing. To himself communicate with his opposing litigation counsel. He took a client who every day makes numerous legal admissions involving very legal issue that will be litigated. And then he starts talking about, wait a minute, let's see. I think it's let me make sure this is in order. It had been disciplined by... Damn it. This thing keeps getting out of whack here.
No, chat.
Okay.
We're not pleading the fifth on the expert report. We're just saying file it in court. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
I'll talk all about it.
I'll talk all day long about it. I got lots to say about it already, but I can't right now because it's not filed in court. And because of that, it might as well be a note written on a napkin that somebody found in a bathroom. It's bullshit.
Exactly. You know, oh, we got this expert and he says this. Well, he didn't say it in the courtroom, Brucey. So, screw you.
For all I know, they got an expert. They had ChatGPT write an expert report. I don't know that it's verified or an actual expert report. Now, when he verifies it and puts it into the court with his name signed to it in an affidavit that says this is all true to the best of my knowledge, okay, then I'll read it. File it.
I need to do like a ChatGPT. I'd be like, argue for let's just say an imaginary counsel about why surely they don't have a little bitty weenus. They're actually out there pursuing justice. They aren't Napoleon in that sucker, you know? But anyway, then they go on about Silverman. And I was like, wait a minute. Silverman, you know, we're gonna start going after him. And I had heard some discussion about how Silverman wouldn't communicate with Brucey. And I think maybe somebody's upset about that. Silverman was paid something like $16,000.
Really?
16 grand.
That's a lot of money.
Where'd that come from?
I thought he was paid $7,000. I seem to remember the number 7,000 was donated to pay Silverman. So did he end up with another 6,000 or 7,000? That I wonder where that came from. If that's true, I don't know.
I mean, that's a lot there, you know.
It's a lot of money for the very little work that he did. I wouldn't say that he did a ton of stuff.
Well, it's also a lot of money for somebody saying that they're indigent and they have nothing. They never have anything, and yet somehow they manage not only to get $16,000, but they never report any of this income. That's kind of strange, don't you think?
I do, yes.
Yeah. But when the writ of prohibition was taken under advisement, Hale's violated the TRO with every video. Yet Silverman, you notice this is about, again, I expect Brucey to talk all kinds of stupid smack about Jeremy because that's all he does. But Silverman did nothing to bring it to the court's attention. Nothing.
Well, he may not have done that because he knew it was a loser. Because there wasn't anything that he did to violate that order. The First Amendment does not violate the harassment order. The harassment order has to be something untrue and also contacting her directly, which neither making videos about what actually happened in the truth and not contacting her directly is not a violation. So that's why I believe he didn't bring that up, because it would have been a loser.
As Levy County has pointed out, and we've said many, many times, a video where it didn't happen, right? So finally, though, when the new judge held a hearing on September the 5th, instead of preparing an evidentiary showing of how the Hales had used the interim to conjure up the Save Harley Grace campaign and was cyberstalking, defaming, and invading the privacy of his client on a regular basis, Silverman dismissed the TRO, claiming the issue would be better raised in the other actions. And then I like this part. Although he'd never once spoken to me about it.
Why would he? Why would he speak? Why would Bruce be the guy that Silverman is contacting? I don't understand. Make it make sense.
I think that's butthurt right there. I think that's what I'm saying, though.
Well, I mean, Silverman was the attorney of record. He's under no obligation to contact Bruce, who was nobody. He wasn't entered in anything as anything of any record. He's just some guy in Connecticut or Massachusetts that she's talking to. Like, he doesn't have standing to be contacted by her attorney.
Yeah, and It sounds like he hit the eject button. He was like, screw this, I'm out of this ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eject. Eject.
Eject.
Exactly.
No, he's right, though. Silverman was right. The issues would be better raised in other actions, as in a defamation suit. If Lynette believed that the things that Jeremy Hales was saying about her were untrue and defamatory, that's supposed to be worked out in civil court, not in a criminal harassment order. It's actually very wrong to file a criminal action in a civil matter.
Beyond that, I mean, they had made an absolute mess of everything that had transpired in that. I mean, he knew if he thought in any way, shape, or form that he had a winner of a case, he would have pursued that. Because, of course, lawyers love to brag about their wins, especially this. This would have been a high-profile win for the man. Ooh, look at this guy, blah, blah, blah. But instead he was like, yeah, got to get out of here. Got to get out of here now. Then the same night after Judge Davis said, this better not show up on YouTube, Hale's made a YouTube video about it. Give me 1 minute. Got to find that right. Let's see. Here it is. They're out of order, so I'm like, wait a minute. All right.
Well, by the way, the judge didn't say that. That was Silverman. And the judge did say, I don't want to see anything about the settlement conference on YouTube. But they're talking about the settlement conference itself, not about the court proceeding, which was totally public, which I have played on my channel. That's not what the judge was talking about. The public court case and what resulted from it, as far as the dismissal, was absolutely allowed to be talked about on YouTube. He didn't want the conversations they were going to have in mediation on YouTube, which did not happen.
It's amazing. Basically, they play the whole, we're not supposed to see things that are available to the public. I like that. Isn't that amazing? It basically reminds me of a certain judge that was like, I need editorial permissions before.
He wanted to edit his own public court cases. Like, how ridiculous.
That should be a giant red flag. When a judge is like, wait a minute, before the public sees what I'm doing in this court.
We need to edit some shit out.
Yeah. But made the video telling, quote unquote, the planet, quote unquote, the planet. Who's he quoting?
He's quoting Jeremy because Jeremy doesn't say the world. He says the planet.
The planet. I mean, it's just so funny. It sounds so funny with that Silverman had made nice with him. Silverman did nothing about the defiant violation of the one condition of the dismissal.
Because it wasn't a violation of the condition of the dismissal. There was no condition of it. It was whatever they decided in the mediation, which we still don't know. I am assuming it's what the outcome, and the outcome was she's dropping it and she won't pay any fees. So that's what I'm assuming that they agreed to. I don't know because they can't tell me what happened in mediation, but a reasonable person can, take away from that the agreement was no fees and she's dropping it. But they didn't talk about what they talked about in mediation.
Well, I took the inference from it that, that she's supposed to leave boxes of chocolates right outside his driveway. And, I mean, really. God, it's so much spin. He's arguing, like, this is just some random person, by the way, that had something to say. And I was like, damn, is he really going after Silverman? He abandoned his client. He abandoned them. Actually, he got to the end of what he was part of. He got the best outcome that he could get. I think that
she was going to end up having to pay attorney's fees for sure in that one.
Oh, yeah.
If she didn't drop it, that was a winner for Jeremy.
Then we get I am a practicing lawyer since 1998 with a perfect record of never committing misconduct.
Oh, perfect? No. We still don't know. I don't think that the misconduct hearings have happened in his case yet. He's certainly been accused of committing misconduct. So I wouldn't call that a perfect record, Bruce.
Perfect record? What are you talking about? It's perfect. Macaroni and cheese. That's funny. My daughter asked me to make her some mac and cheese today. I was like, not mac and
Not
cheese.
that. Hey,
Anything.
MaxLab, I just got your email, but I'm still not seeing it in here. MaxLab is trying to tell me that he filed the expert's report, but I'm not seeing it in the screenshot that you sent me.
I saw a date on the thing. When it pops up, we'll have when we have it in front of us, we will
Like, underline what you think it is that he filed, because what you've put on here does not show me that at all. I'm seeing his motion for summary judgment and his reply in support of summary judgment, but I am not seeing any expert report that was disclosed or entered into the court, and that's what I'm looking for.
Is there an attachment? I didn't notice that.
No, I'm looking at all the attachments, and I'm not seeing it.
Because whoa. I was like, I'm looking at this, and then I clicked a button. I was like, what is this? Oh, it's another StreamYard link.
And
Maybe I don't want to open it.
No, and it's not on the docket either. It's not. I don't see it on the docket either. So I'm seeing the docket screenshot, but I'm not seeing any expert report. This is just his new motion for summary judgment baloney. So I don't know. If I'm missing it, please just point it out in red marker or something.
I've decided I need to look at the motion since he lost that last one. I'm like, why didn't I make fun of that last one? I mean, talk about that one. Make fun of. Why? I never make fun of things. That was the wrong terminology, of course. The current proceeding is not going to blemish that record. It is abusive. It is abusive.
He's talking about the current proceeding against him.
Yeah, it is abusive, though. You know? And they have not even explained what they allege I did.
Okay, let me explain it. Your contract was wrong, Bruce. Your contract, if it was pro bono, was supposed to actually include that information, and you had nothing about fees in or not charging fees in your contract, and that's a violation of the rules. And you could have fixed it really easily by saying, I'm sorry, I screwed this up. Let me redo my contract and take some CLE courses, but you didn't do that. So you decided to fight the bar instead over this really stupid thing.
I fought the bar and the bar won. I hear the bar brought up so much, I feel like I'm talking about an alcoholic. What's up?
I know, right?
I got into this because I saw helpless victims being stalked, bullied, harassed, defamed, and threatened by YouTubers for content.
I call bullshit. I have him on tape saying why he got into this, and it wasn't any of those things. Yeah. It was to raise his profile. You want me to play that? Because I have the clip. Should we play that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. This kind of contradicts, dude. What you were saying happened. Your own words contradict what you're saying here. Let's see. I've got there's just so many of these. Let's see how many. I have so many clips of him saying stupid things. We have one about Bruce on what happened with Larry. We have Bruce Bruce and the ball gag. No, we don't want that. Bruce talks to Landon. We don't need that. We need. Where did it go? Did I save it someplace else? Well, here. This one is about the same thing, too.
What happened? Where did this all go wrong, Bruce? Because we just got an email out of the blue from him saying, we're going to cancel it. Your appearance is not needed. What's up with that?
Exactly. I didn't know what's up. So I had sent him my photo for thumbnail, and I think I followed up once or twice. Hey, do you need anything else? And
this is his communications with Larry.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Thumbnail photos? I thought those were terrible.
Yeah, he sent him. I guess though he gave him his permission, so that would go along with his argument. This is all about him whining about how much he got stiffed by Larry Foreman, and then he got a hard on to go after Larry Foreman and anyone connected to him. That's what this is.
And then just suddenly out of the blue, it was either 1 or 2 days before the scheduled live stream, he just emailed me that he's canceled, no explanation, and that's the only thing that really bothered me. I mean,
Okay, so he got super bothered by this, and he goes on and on and on. But that's why he got involved, because nobody would give him the time of day.
Yeah, and he
Everyone
talked about
was
in that. He talked about in that other clip, of basically doing this stuff. So
yeah,
he
I
could've-
have that one here somewhere. I think I just saved it in the wrong folder. I'll probably find it in a minute. I think I know where it is. I think I know what I did with it.
Give me a second. I think I know where.
Because I have it. I just don't know what I did. I put it in the wrong file.
Yeah, give me a minute. That's what I was looking for.
But it's interesting because he's talked about it very publicly about how he got his feelings hurt because Larry wouldn't talk to him. Larry decided he didn't want to talk to him. And so suddenly, now Bruce he's on the warpath against Larry and anybody else that didn't want to talk to him.
Damn it. No, I've saved it somewhere weird, dude. I don't know where the hell. Who cares?
God,
I'm not
why did
spending
I
that much.
save this somewhere strange? This is annoying
I'll
to
keep
me.
reading it if you run across it.
I will. I'll keep looking for it because I know that I have it here.
Yeah, because we played that on one of the other. I know I've got it saved somewhere too.
It's probably on Dropbox. I'll check Dropbox. But yeah, you can keep reading. I'll find it because I've got it in his own words that he's gonna increase his profile and get some journalists to talk about his mac
Well,
and
he
cheese
went after
case.
Larry in this statement too. I thought was really fascinating. What really got me motivated was there were a number of lawyers engaging in this conduct, most notably Foreman. So he's saying that Larry was engaging in stalking, bullying, harassment, defaming, and threatening for content. He's participating in that. Huh.
Yeah, that's garbage. Larry didn't do anything against his ethics at all. Larry covered a story, gave his opinion, and that's that. That's the end of it.
And then went on his merry way until they decided to, dig up something that months old. Months. They decided to go after him. Who disregarded his ethical. Give me a minute. I'm going to find the continuing clip for that one. No, not the Nick Cage blanket. That thing is still in there. I showed that to my mom. I was like, hey, I was thinking about getting you a Christmas present. I was wondering, I showed her a couple of things. I was like, this is a lovely flower holder, and through things. And then I was like, let me bring this up actually while I'm mentioning it, so people can see what I'm talking about.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I told.
Was your mom horrified when you showed her the picture?
She was like, "What in the world?" So I told her, I was like, yeah, I thought about that. Or maybe this blanket here, of lovely Nick Cage with no hair. It does look like he has chia hair growing, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, my God. If you could make a chia pet out of this, like construct your own chia pet.
Chia Nick Cage.
Yeah. It reminds me of this older game. I've got to find it. Like a little later in the live stream, we'll look something up. This reminds me of. But I told my mom I was thinking about getting her that. That's why I had it on my phone. And she was like, well, I appreciate any gift you get me, but I'm not going to put that out anywhere.
Oh, that's so funny. She's like, I will not use that publicly.
She was like, basically doing the mom thing. Yes, I love you and I appreciate everything you give me. Having said that.
Having said that, I will not be using it.
That's funny. My youngest daughter thinks that thing is funny, though, because she thinks it's a Mr. Potato Head. That's what she thinks. She's like, Mr. Potato Head. But most notably, Foreman, who disregarded his ethical obligations in favor of being on the Hale's gravy train.
Of course.
Man. Yeah, speaking of which, if you like this content, make sure that you tell people we're live. Hit that little like box. And if you like it even further, well, this train runs a lot better with gravy. So, yeah. Lather the tracks with gravy, baby. Keep the trainer rolling.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Keep the breadstick money coming.
For no money whatsoever, I have since March, that's terrible, completely changed the landscape of the litigation between Hales and my client. Look, he's bragging about blocking this up 5 months.
Yeah, so he delayed a federal lawsuit for 5 months. Are you supposed to say that publicly, that was part of your strategy to delaying justice? That's part of what he's proud of doing?
That's not part. That is the only part of the strategy he notes. Because everything else, he lost the motion. But he's like, haha, I managed to, delay it, which, what's he saying? Oh, he's trying to say, well, not only am I making this take time, but I'm making them incur more financial, losing more money. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to brag about that.
I think that's unethical. I think you're delaying courts. If you're filing stuff just to delay, that's called paper terrorism.
By the way,
that's not allowed.
I had it reported on hater channels that this has been going even further, and that they've been saying that Jeremy was going to have to get a new lawyer because of all the complaints and everything else that they were filing. All of the stuff that they've been trying to do, aimed at the lawyers now.
Yeah, they've said they're trying to take Randy Shockett off the case. If Bruce is involved in that, I think that's a problem for him too.
It's very strange to sit on live streams while things like that are being bragged about. Just like it's strange to sit on live streams while, addresses are talked about for police officers and multiple people, on the item that you can tell he wrote. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, very much so. It may not have his signature on it, but it definitely looks like he wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 months appeared. Pro-hack Vice. My bad.
Pro-hack Vice.
Pro-hack Vice. I like that better.
It's not Pro-hack Vice.
And when he does it's
Pro-hack
Vice. No. When he's doing it, it's Pro-hack Vice.
Is that like the Wish.com version of Miami Vice?
It's the Wish.com version of Pro-hack VJ is what it is. It's the
and now
Pro-hack
I'm picturing
Vice.
him in a white suit coat and like a pastel colored shirt with his sleeves rolled up.
He's like, oh my God, is Tug making fun of me? Saying I'm a hack? No. That was, obviously, that's just my Southern coming out. Obviously. Yeah. You know how terrible I am with words, Luckily in my life, I've never confused a guillotine with with a gauntlet, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Appeared Pro-hack Vice, Pro-hack VJ, my bad again, in federal court in Florida to have Hale's fraudulent lawsuit dismissed and recruited counsel. He's out there in a recruitment drive. Mm-hmm. That's fascinating. He's just like, I recruited them for Ohio and Florida state courts to pursue claims. So is he telling us
so he solicited other attorneys? I thought that wasn't allowed.
He definitely, the way he's talked, that's the way I took it for Low Budget Iron Man. Is he saying in the Ohio court that's what he did as well?
Well, he's saying that, yeah, he recruited counsel for Ohio and Florida state court to pursue claims. That's solicitation. I don't really understand how that's not solicitation on behalf of...
You don't look good enough in a miniskirt to be solicited. Oh, wait, no, wrong. My bad.
Wrong kind of solicitation, but I like the effort. I like the effort.
But sure, they're upstanding and I'm not. And you, to be clear, are a member of an internet mob cheering on.
Who is he writing this to?
Bully. I don't even know. He
Who
spends
is this
his day.
to?
It's I don't know. I don't remember because Megan's the one who went and cut this for me.
It was just like a commenter on Facebook. That's right. Now I remember. It was just some random person who was questioning him.
It was like 407 years ago, I entered this litigation. 405 months delayed ago. That's the way it should be. I saw, by the way, oh my God, somebody sent me screenshots where they're trying to market Bubbles shirts.
Oh God, I know.
Oh my Lord.
No, I appreciate the effort to lean in. I do.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate the effort, but oh God, try again. It's not good.
Just of anything with Bubbles, that's funny. I mean,
Well,
that
and
is
also
really...
though, like you kind of, I'm not even at a point where I would put my face on a T-shirt. Like, not enough people would know who the heck I am. Bubbles certainly does not have it. There are not enough people who knows who he is where anyone would wear a T-shirt with his face on it. Dude, don't put your face on a T-shirt. It's weird.
Man, there are all kinds of people that wear wonderful That Umbrella Guy T-shirts because I'm so sexy. You've seen my face though; it's so.
But you have a big enough channel where that makes sense. Like where I would actually run into fans of yours out in public. Like us smaller channels, you got to be careful with that because it just ends up looking weird.
I mean, when you got hair that looks like that too. I mean, when you're looking good like that, you got your Jerry curl on. And of course, you got to share it. You got to share it.
Good point.
Yeah. But you're a member of an internet mob cheering on a big bully for entertainment. Shame on you. Shame. Shame. And look, all that effort got
three laughs.
Three laughs.
No likes. Just 3 laughs. No likes. No one likes you, Bruce. Including that poor woman on your voicemail.
Oh, that Bruce. That
Bruce.
is so funny. Brucey. I just couldn't believe they were... I mean, I guess I could believe they were going after Silverman, but it was just kind of fascinating to, you know, be like, he abandoned them. Abandoned his clients. I'm sure Silverman really appreciates all that for the effort that he put in. You know?
Well, do you remember during the, I don't know if you've gone over, I don't think you have yet on your channel, gone over the dismissal in court.
Oh, no. We're going to do that this week sometime.
But there is a part in there where Silverman makes Lynette, he questions her on the record that you're doing this of your own free will, that you understand if you dismiss this case, these claims cannot, you know, will not be litigated. You understand. And he asks her like 6 or 7 questions, making sure she comprehends what it is that they're doing. That is absolutely the definition of informing your client. It is not abandoning. It is the opposite of that. So she had with her, I mean, if you believe that she's competent to stand trial, which, I mean, might be debatable, but if you believe that she is, then she was informed. She was fully informed. And Silverman got it on the record. So now to come in afterwards and say, oh, he abandoned her. This is sour grapes, y'all. This is sour grapes. It's on the record that she agreed to this.
Let's see. We have our filings too. Our memorandum.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's the memorandum.
There's more filings.
Oh, here's the motion. Yeah, here. I'm going to get this motion. I want to read it, and I don't care. Like after the last one, after I skipped it, I kind of regretted it, you know, because I...
Okay, all right, fine. I'm sorry, I really enjoy reading legal documents when they're really well written, and I really hate reading the ones that aren't. Right. And unfortunately, Bubbles he's not a talented writer. I'm surprised he made it through English 101, to tell you the truth.
I like seeing what they're trying to argue, you know, to understand what the approach is going to be, you know. Yes,
I agree. I too enjoy seeing what their lame-ass arguments are.
So they're going to have a backup for this. They're going to have their support, their argument for it. But here is their motion. The defendants move for summary judgment on counts 1 and 2 of the complaint. You know, counts 1 and 2, by the way, are defamation is count 1 and count 2. You know, actually, let me pull that up real here quick. I have that right here. So let me actually show that. So counts 1 and 2. Count 1, and that was defamation, again, incorporating the 40. They're talking about, meeting all of the requirements. They're talking about the signs and the statements, though, which there were some very interesting ones. I still need to go through all of that wonderful stuff, which Megan did, by the way. If you would like to see that in its entirety, we will review that as well. But if you would definitely like to see that in its entirety, it was a great live stream. What was that, last Monday?
I've lost track. How do I keep track of all of this? I don't know.
Last week sometime.
Last week sometime, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's funny. I put out a tweet today. I was just really frustrated over the weekend. The dog went to the groomer, and I had to clean all of the dog things. So all the rugs he lays on, all his bedding, etc., so that it doesn't smell like dog when he comes back all clean. And I took his dog bed and I washed it and I dried it without like smelling it. And when I dried it, I take it out of the dryer and it reeks still like dog. And I'm like, you know what? This is ridiculous. I was going to throw it out, but I'm like, I'll give it one more wash. But I tweeted out, I'm really sick of throwing out dog beds because I can't wash the stink out of them. Why doesn't anyone make a fully washable dog bed? Anyway, Ian Runkle responds. And he says, and I feel like this could be interchangeable for Bruce too. And he says, don't throw them out. Send them to Gingras. He can slap his name on them and file them. And I think we could apply that to Bruce too. That's how I feel reading his motions. I feel like someone tried to pass off a stinky dog bed as clean. And it's not passing the sniff test, if you know what I mean.
And remember, Bruce was bragging. You see when this was filed, 0304, 2024, he was bragging that we managed to delay all of this stuff for 5 months with our last push. So this one, again, is going after defamation count 1 and 2. And we went through the signs, and again,
we went through the expert report. The only expert report that has been filed into the court is Jeremy Hales' expert's report. And so we did go through that, and we looked at the actual handwriting analysis where there were pictures showing the handwriting that is Lynette's verified handwriting next to the posters. Oh, by the way, folks, in case you're wondering, on the second wash, I added a cup of white vinegar and some borax, and it did the trick. So it now does not stink. So in case you're wondering.
That's
but even
racist.
Borax and vinegar cannot fix these motions, I'm telling you.
That's racist. White vinegar. I swear. I knew
That's white people shit right there.
It is,
vinegar.
Man. White people. God.
White people
So reply
are the worst.
memorandum. This is the support for summary judgment accounts 1 and 2. A. The plaintiff has produced no evidence of publication of the signs beyond 3 individuals and no evidence of damages from that. We have a footnote.
Oh, now we have a really long footnote.
In his 24-page opposition to summary judgment, the plaintiff arguably establishes a genuine issue of fact as to whether the defendant, Michelle Preston, wrote some of the derogatory road signs at the center of plaintiff's defamation claim. Now, this is funny. They're going to bring up later on in the expert's claim where she actually said, oh no, it was John who wrote all of that. And, count 2 is about John. So
I think she said John put them up. I don't think she ever said John wrote them.
Oh, John put them up, my bad.
John put them out.
And it's in here, though, which is fascinating because it's like, wait a minute. Are you really going to lean into that one and be like,
Yeah.
Her own statements. Okay. Fun times with that one. But.
And then I did find out that in the Ohio case, John Cook on the record said, if Lynette did write the signs, what does that have to do with me? So that's pretty interesting.
I remember him arguing the if-then. I remember the if-then arguments. Man, there's been so much in this case. I can't keep any of it straight. Remember
I know.
What happened. But the genuine issue of fact as to whether the defendant, Michelle Preston, wrote some of the quote-unquote derogatory road signs at the center of the plaintiff's defamation case by producing a supposed handwriting expert's opinion. Supposed expert. Man, if only we could see what a real expert. File that, Bruce. File it. Damn it, I'm tired of waiting.
Here's your ASMR direction for the evening. File it.
That's right. Would you like some crackles, too? Hell, I can actually rub my fingernails on my lighter. Ooh, listen, this is an ASMR.
Okay.
Listen to that. You like that, Bruce?
If you want to feel some real tingles, Bruce, file that fucking expert report in court. I will make you tingle all over.
I'll sing some Spice Girls with it. If you want to see my lover, you gotta get with my friend.
I'm trying to laugh and whisper, and it's impossible.
I was thinking about trying to do some Gollum in a whisper, but I don't think I can do it.
That was pretty good.
But in notes, see the memorandum. We went over that because the plaintiff cannot establish other elements of his defamation claim. Whether the defendants wrote the signs is moot. Okay, so we already have all of that in one sentence.
Did you say moat? Did you say moat or moot?
I said moot, but I like it as moat.
I think you said moat, which made me immediately think of a moat with alligators in it.
Don't you make fun of that Pro Hawk Vice. I swear. The plaintiff's evidence.
Oh, wait.
In opposite.
Wait.
What?
In the footnote, did he just disparage the handwriting expert's opinion?
I suppose that's what I was saying. A supposed expert.
Wait, well, I thought you weren't supposed to do that with expert reports. I thought that was hard evidence. It's just boom, done, roasted. You're done. That's it. There's an expert report. You can't question that, can you?
That's what I keep hearing, over and over again. It's over, baby. Here's a document. Over. Some dude said this, therefore.
Some dude we paid a bunch of money to said the thing we paid him to say. So it's, in essence, game over. You lose, Jeremy. Ah ha ha. Okay. Tell me that you've never watched a court case without telling me you've never watched a court case before.
Oh, I love the people that are applauding it. They're like, oh, it's such a win. I was like, oh,
a bunch of them are in my YouTube comments, and I'm like, seriously, you're too stupid to live. I don't know how you put your shoes on every morning. I do not know how you get out of the house and into traffic and then home every day without, splattering on the sidewalk. I don't understand.
Remember that Laura Owens expert? He was like, I'm going to ignore everything that doesn't fit in this, and I'm going to call it scientific. He was like, wait a minute.
What? I mean, it just, obviously these people who are reporting this stuff, they have never watched a court case, ever. They don't know what expert witnesses are, or what weight to give them, or who is supposed to decide the credibility of the experts, because neither expert, either one of them's going to be credible and one of them's going to be not credible. And it's just interesting.
I have a radar. What?
Oh, boy.
But she's not going to keep your flower pill. Was she just laying with you? You got your new bear?
No! His cat is taking from me.
Oh, my goodness.
And my bear.
And your bear, too? Well, that's your bear. You tell her Dad got you that bear. Okay?
Uh-oh.
And if she wants one, then I'll get her own. But that's your bear.
She took the flower pillow and the bear?
She wants to say bear is big. Maybe I get a pink bear for her. I love that.
Aww.
Oh, you want a pink bear like that? Well, hey, go upstairs and play and stuff.
I'll give Sissy the pink bear if...
No, hey, I'll tell you what. If you're good, you go and do your thing, Go and be good, play with Sissy and stuff, and I'll look and see if they have more pink bears, okay? If they do, I'll get you a pink bear.
One for Sissy and one for me, okay?
Yeah, that's one. Well, she's got a pink bear.
Black bear for me, or pink bear for her, or black bear for
I'll get a
Sissy?
pink bear for you and a black bear for her. How's that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a black bear and a pink bear.
That's right. Okay, we'll go do your thing, and we'll do it.
Brian, pink bear, and a black bear, so her has the same one as me.
Okay, that sounds fair. Okay. Totally fair. Hey, shut my door. Love you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dead Punk's in the chat. Hey, Dead Punk.
What up, Dead Punk, man? I love Dead
You're
Punk's
so
art.
talented.
Oh,
You're so
it's
talented. I
funny.
love your drawings.
Oh, we've been talking about like a new thing, man. Wait until people see that. That's going to be amazing. But I'm going to get off. I'm getting off subject here. Get back on subject. Professional. We really at the beginning of this one.
I timed my professional wrong. I almost had it, and then you got me.
Yeah, I got you. I was like, really professional.
I jumped the gun. I was like, professional. And you hadn't quite hit it yet. And I was like,
too,
God damn it.
Yeah, you were too fast before we went live. I was like, oh, sorry. Okay, so the plaintiff's evidence in opposition to summary judgment fails to establish that anyone saw the derogatory road signs other than 3 individuals, none of whom have indicated in their affidavits that they believe the statements on the sign or how they're seeing the signs damaged the plaintiffs. Really? Really? Calling him the Ohio arpist and, using his name and saying that he
I don't think they have to
arped a
prove
daughter?
that that's damaging.
Yeah, that's, I think
It's
the,
defamation per se, which means it is defamatory. It's the statements themselves. And the court already said that. There are few things that are more damaging to someone's reputation than being accused of being a child arpist.
yes. I mean, they went through. I was like, dang, recommendations. They made it very clear. But the plaintiff evidence establishes only. We get a square. Can we have numbers? I like numbers better. Square. I'm just going to call it that.
Yeah, why is he's doing bullet points. I don't think I've seen a motion using bullet points before. This is some weird formatting. And they're not even round bullet points, they're square. Like, what version of Word is he using that the bullet points are square? Like, you had to go and specifically choose the square for the bullet point because they usually show up as round.
It's like the middle school version. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cutie shot. That's what's going to pop up in here.
I'm surprised it's not a frowny face.
Hey, man. Pro Hawk Vice knows how to get way down into the words.
Pro Hawk Vice. Let's call him Pro Hawk Vice from now on. That's funny, actually.
No, I like it. It's so beautiful. Vice. Therese Granger and her husband, Stephen Granger, saw 2 handwritten derogatory road signs staked in the grass near the plaintiff's property one early Sunday morning in May 2023 as they were driving past at 7:15 a.m. on their way to work at the post office. Square. Again, no numbers, just more squares. The Grangers collected the signs and then encountered Zim. Invada Zim. I love his golf cart, I'm telling you. In his golf cart.
Yeah, they encountered Zim zipping around on the golf cart. It was thrilling.
Anybody got a real clear picture of Zim, by the way, on that golf cart? I'm going to put that into like thumbnails. I want to zip him across the bottom of them. I really do.
Zim zipping past, yes.
Yeah, that's so cool, man.
He sounds like his name, when you put Zim and zipping together, it sounds like a Dr. Seuss book that I really need to read. I think a Dr. Seuss book about this whole situation would be hysterical.
Oh my God, that really would, I mean, you have turtles and signs. Oh man, a knockoff of a doctor. It would be so disturbing. And
It would be so funny.
But who had collected some other signs along U.S. Highway 19 near the intersection of State Road 24 and Square again. Paget took all of the signs and delivered them to an unnamed agent of the plaintiff. An unnamed agent. He's like the IRS.
He's got like an NSA agent on his property.
He's like, Jeremy, I'm telling you, man, he runs Otter Creek like the CIA, right? I mean, of the plaintiff on the schoolhouse property in Otter Creek. And of course, they tell you when that popped up. Now, according to, here's sunrise, sunset, so they quote the weather for that day. sunrise on that day, May 14th, 2023, 6:39 a.m., meaning that if the affidavits are truthful, the signs were potentially visible to passing motorists for 41 minutes before being discovered. There's no evidence that any vehicles drove past them. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I mean, how could they were one was on a highway at dawn, which is rush hour, right? Right when 6 in
It's
the morning.
Sunday. That's church days. And you think about the people that might be out on those mornings, like actually doing their thing. Those people might very well be influenced by someone, even more so. I'm not saying most people wouldn't be influenced by signs that say someone is an ARPist, but yeah, people going to church, yeah, that could, yeah. And
I hate to interrupt this, incredible stream you have going here, but I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
I have asked Grok to write a Dr. Seuss poem about a man named Zim who zips around in a golf cart, who found defamatory road signs about his friend Jeremy Hales.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to hear it?
Yes, I actually would like to hear this.
Ready? Here we go. In the land of Otter Creek, where the mornings are bright, lived a man named Zim who woke up with the light. With a zip and a zoom in his golf cart, he'd ride through the streets and the lanes with a sense of great pride. Now Zim had a friend, a fellow named Hales, whose name quite unfairly was smeared on some gales. Defamatory signs, oh, what a disgrace, plastered around town all over the place. But Zim was a loyal friend through and through. He knew what to do and how to pursue. He zipped in his cart with a plan in his mind. To save Jeremy Hales, he said, I am not blind. From the break of the dawn, the sky turning pink, Zim started his quest, not a second to think. He collected the signs one by one with great speed. In his golf cart they piled, indeed, quite the deed. Through the streets of Otter Creek, he darted and dashed. The signs disappeared as if by magic they'd flashed. These falsehoods, said Zim, will just not abide, for Jeremy Hales is a friend, not a target for snide. The townsfolk awoke to a cleaner, fair scene. No more nasty signs where once they had been. Zim's mission was clear, his heart was so true. For friends stick together, and that's what they do. So if you're in Otter Creek and the dawn breaks the night, you might spot old Zim in his cart, out of sight, defending his friends with a zip and a zoom in Otter Creek, Florida, right after dawn's gloom. Oh my God, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh, by the way, did you notice that little mute that I had there? That was because I coughed. That is my etiquette. Did you like that? That was amazing.
You're amazing.
Why did I bring that up? No reason. No reason.
No. It's because you're very professional.
Yes, very professional. Okay, so he's telling us 41 minutes, though, before. There's no evidence that any cars drove past them. There's no evidence of a single person other than the three affiants saw the signs.
No. She's bargaining now. I'll give you my flower pillow.
I will ask her to help you with it. Go up there and I'll ask her, okay?
You have my toy on my lip gloss because I'm nice.
Yes, I know you're nice.
I'm going to trade you something.
You're going to trade me something?
Just like this.
Okay, what are you going to give me?
The lip gloss,
cousin. Oh, man, that's what I need. Lip gloss. That'll make me more professional.
Yeah.
It will? Okay. Is that what professional people use? Lip gloss?
Sometimes they don't use lip gloss, sometimes they do, so do the official way.
Okay, I'll do that for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Thank you very much. Hey, okay, I will definitely use some. What kind of lip gloss is this, by the way? It is Citrus Balm Scented Lip Scrub. And it's got a little pig on the front in a bathtub. Oh, that's hilarious.
By the way, I tweeted out that poem on Twitter, on X, if you guys want a copy of it. It's so funny.
Make sure to share it. That's hilarious.
That was its first... I should have tagged you in it. Let me try tagging you. That was its first try.
That's
which
actually
is
they did a great
amazing.
AI sometimes.
Oh, I love it so much. I know that there will be a day when I will not love it and it will be chasing me down and trying to kill me, but that day is not quite today.
That's true, before the T-800s arrive.
Right. Before the... I'm going to enjoy the shit out of AI until the day when they're killing me.
I'm going to enjoy it when it's here. You know what? I welcome my AI overlords. I love you, AI.
It cannot be worse than the people who run this shit now. Could it?
No, when it's scrubbing through statements, I wanted to find that one. When it's like, what did that umbrella guy have to say about AI? Oh, he loved his AI overlords.
We love AI overlords. Yes. We welcome them. They can't be any worse than Nancy Pelosi and all the other people who've been running this place for, 100 years. What is she, 175 now?
Well, it's also because we're professionals. We know. Okay. There is thus no evidence of publication beyond Chris Granger, Stephen Granger, and Invader Zim. And there is no evidence of damages as a result of the derogatory road signs being seen by those three individuals. None of the three stated in their affidavits that they believed the defamatory statements on the signs or repeated them to anyone. And the plaintiff has not explained how he has been damaged by these three individuals having seen the signs where they were allegedly posted. This is a ridiculous argument.
This is ridiculous. I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to justify being damaged by defamation per se, because that means on its face it is defamatory. On its face, calling someone a child rapist is defamatory. If that happened and we have the signs, it is defamatory. Jeremy does not have to prove that he was damaged by it. That's what defamation per se is.
They quoted, defamation under Florida law has 5 elements. Publication, falsity. Statement was made with a knowledge or reckless disregard as to the falsity on the matter concerning a public official, or at least negligently on a matter concerning a private individual. Actual damage, the statement must be defamatory. Well, it sounds like, yeah, very much so. Let's see. Publication, okay. Falsity, Knowing that it's false, yep. Damages, well, again, calling somebody those things, And statement being defamatory, oh yeah. Even assuming the defendants wrote and posted the signs without evidence of publication beyond the 3 affiants and without damages from that minimal publication. Oh, that minimal publication.
Minimal publication. No. Sorry. So also, I just looked it up just to make sure that I was saying the right thing, but defamation per se is different than defamation per quad, where the court has to look at the statement's context. In defamation per se, no context is needed because the statement itself is so defamatory. And that's what we're talking about with these types, with these signs. The signs alone absolutely do show defamation without any explanation.
He's like, well, the signs alone cannot justify denial of a summary judgment. B.
Yes, they can. Because if they're defamation per se, then you have an argument of, there's an argument of material fact, right? So it has to go forward. No, I don't agree with this at all. No.
The plaintiff abandoned the defamation claims based on social media statements specified in the complaint. In the complaint, the plaintiff alleged a number of specific social media posts by the defendants that he claimed constituted defamation. The plaintiff does not address these statements in the opposition memorandum. Instead,
he doesn't have to. I've read this, and I just want to point out he does not have to. So he already addressed it in his original motion, right? And Bruce is admitting that because in the complaint, he alleged a number of specific social media posts. He is not abandoning it by adding to that in his response to this dumbass. You don't abandon your original claims. That's just not how that works. And he's wrong. And also, in his original filing, the Hales' original filing, you do not put all of your evidence in that filing. It's just a small sampling of it. And then as, discovery and everything comes out, that's when all your evidence will come in. And it will be things that were not in the original complaint because there just wasn't even room for it. He was just using certain pieces of evidence to establish that they had a right to file this case. That doesn't mean that's all they have or that's all they can have. And this argument is stupid and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Instead, he adds 20 new allegations of defamatory statements not mentioned in the complaint, which takes up 9 pages of the plaintiff's memorandum.
Again, he didn't have to put all those new allegations in the first complaint because it's not supposed to be a complete record. It's just enough to file the lawsuit.
Let's see, footnote 2. The opposition misnumbers the exhibits because of the custodian of records affidavit. It cites Exhibit 5.1. Who cares?
Yeah, that's a Scrivener's error, and nobody is going to care about that, Bruce. Literally no one. They're going to say, oh, Scrivener's error, please, remark these as exhibit whatever and exhibit whatever. Move on.
Yes, you get into that later on, Well,
you don't get a footnote about it to be like, and he numbered it wrong too. Excuse me, teacher, Jerry Hale's put the wrong numbers on his paper. That's what you sound like, Bruce, when you say shit like this.
I got my Raider one more time.
Love you.
Yes, I know you love me. She was bringing.
No, I said love you.
Oh, you love it to the people? Is that what you were saying? My bad.
Aww. Bug love.
Yes. Yeah, you were. I understand now. I get what you were saying. There you go.
Thank you. I just wanted an ice pop.
I know you wanted a nice pop. You did good too. You ate all your regular food. You did good. Love you. Close that door for me though. Close it tight, okay?
I want to see some memes of Bruce as a hall monitor. That's what this is starting to feel like.
That's what it feels like.
Hall monitor Bruce.
The plaintiff's failure to address the statements alleged in paragraphs 15, 27, and 30 of the complaint in opposition to summary judgment is an abandonment of the defamation claim based on those statements.
No, it's not. It's literally not.
Quote, in opposing a motion for summary judgment, a party may not rely on his pleadings to avoid judgment against him. What? Wait.
Okay, so again, that doesn't seem to apply. And without looking it up and reading it, I don't have a reference here, but that doesn't seem to address the thing he's making the claim about. A party may not rely on his pleadings to avoid judgment against him does not address the thing he's saying. Okay, but let's see. Maybe he'll explain it.
There's no burden upon the district court to distill every potential argument that could be made based upon the materials before it on summary judgment. Rather, the onus is upon the parties to formulate arguments, grounds alleged in the complaint, but not relied upon in summary judgment, are deemed abandoned.
Is that a state court? No, that is an 11th Circuit. Yeah, well, wait, we're in federal court, so that's appropriate. It's not state court. Okay. Yeah. Again, without reading it, I'm not going to be able to know what the context there is, and I'd have to go and read that ruling.
The 11th Circuit has repeatedly stated that failure to defend a claim on summary judgment results in the claim being abandoned. Plaintiff does not defend here on that. Davis versus Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Plaintiff did not defend the claim on summary judgment. He thus abandoned it. It's going to be funny when all this gets shot down.
I don't think that any of this means what he thinks it means as far as this particular situation goes. I think these cases were probably something else. And I think they probably don't apply. But
notes here with Person versus Knight. Person, I'm going to say because I'll mess up their name. I think it's Martelli. Next contends.
Yeah, that's what I would have said, Martelli.
Haha, boom.
Look at you. You're on a roll.
Ooh, man.
That would explain the butter on your pants. Never mind. That was a really bad pun. That was a pun I learned from my very first boyfriend. He used to love saying that.
Well, oh my God. That reminds me of like terrible pickup lines. Oh my God. One of my friends a few weeks back was telling me, I was like, yeah, he was like, oh man, I went to this event. I think it was a reunion for school, and he was trying out pickup lines, and he was telling me some of them. Oh my God. Some of them were so bad, you know. He was using like really bad ones, you know, like, yeah, I can tell you're from Tennessee because you're the only 10 I see. I was like, oh my God, you really said that to another human being?
Oh
like,
no.
Not only is that, I mean.
That's so cringe. The cringe.
Yeah, there were
I'm
a bunch
dying
of them.
from the cringe.
Yeah. He was like, I pulled out all the bad material. But the Knicks contend that the district court erred in granting summary judgment on the claim against Knight. Official capacity, Sarasota County Sheriff. The court concluded Hale had abandoned the claim by failing to respond to any of Knight's arguments on summary judgment. We agree that she did. C. Plaintiff seeks to add new defamation claims without amending complaint.
I don't think so. I think, like you said, he didn't have to put all of his claims in the first filing. That's a perfectly normal thing for filings for there to be evidence and discovery that is not mentioned in your original filing, because there would just be too much of it. It would just be too overwhelming.
The 11th Circuit recently upheld summary judgment where the plaintiffs sought to rely on defamatory statements in opposition to summary judgment that had not been alleged in the complaint. They were alleged in the complaint.
Yeah, they were alleged. What?
The district court correctly refused to consider defamatory statements Grayson alleged opposition to summary judgment that he omitted from, never sought to add by amendment to his second amended complaint. Thanks for noting amended complaints, by the way.
Yeah, right. So it's like, oh, you mean so if something wasn't in the complaint, he can just amend it and add it?
Well, I mean, if they agree with that and they think, oh, we need to amend that, cool, awesome. You know, interesting.
But I don't think that's what the problem. I don't really think this is an issue. I actually think that he's just wrong.
Regardless, if it was, okay.
You just amend it. Like, what's the problem?
The district court ruled, and we agree Dukes offered her alternative argument. Too late in the improper attempt to amend her complaint. A plaintiff may not amend her complaint through the argument in a brief opposed summary judgment.
Okay.
The complainant, do what?
No, I'm just
okay.
Verbal. Okay, I get that.
Okay.
Let's move on.
The complainant did not allege any of the social media statements contained in docs, blah, blah, blah. Although the plaintiff is raising them for the first time in opposition to summary judgment, even if they are considered, they are nothing more than a hodgepodge of opinion, hyperbole, insults, none of which are actionable as defamation. Oh, so when they were talking about, you remember that one really crazy, wild claim that we saw? Oh, yeah. That, you remember that one where they were talking about, what was it, a person from jail, and
oh right, hiring someone, a jail friend, put a tracker on Jeremy's truck and find headquarters, and then do some work for them.
That's opinion, hyperbole, or an insult. calling him, I forget what they called him, but I definitely remember what they called her. You know.
Oh yeah.
I definitely.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to repeat that. Even hyphenated or whatever, even censored. It's just so offensive. It's just gross.
If they were, the court would be inundated by thin-skinned and litigious people
like Lynette.
I was like, Bruce, wait a minute, thin-skinned. Remember, sue you because ambulance chaser.
Right. You're a lawyer, man. Are you telling me you've never been called anything worse than an ambulance chaser? Because I don't believe it. Actually, we have proof that he was called something worse than that. He was called the C word by that Bruce woman. That was way more offensive than anything we've said.
Like the plaintiff, every time their feelings were hurt and they were subjected to a nasty comment on social media, regardless of whether it was intended to convey false factual information.
Wait, what? False factual. What's false factual information? That's like jumbo shrimp.
Well, if it's conveying false factual, it's not. It can't be false, yes. It can't be false factual. But what he's saying there is he's actually mentioning one of the elements to defamation. He's like, regardless of whether it was defamatory, even though false factual information,
He's saying
well, what does that
regardless
mean?
of whether
False
it was
factual.
it's like jumbo shrimp. That doesn't make any sense. False factual information is not a thing. If it is false information, then it can't be factual. If it's factual information, then it can't be false. False factual information, you mean someone trying to convey a false statement as a fact? You see, again, this is his problem with writing. He is very unclear. His writing needs work. He has not progressed past an 8th grade writing level. This is what I would expect my 8th grader to have trouble with.
It's fascinating, though, when we looked at him defining defamation, and talking about it being falsity. Interesting. Well, it doesn't matter because he got his feels hurt. That's what they're saying, Okay. As a general rule, a plaintiff cannot base a defamation claim on opinion, non-literal assertion of facts.
Yes, that's true.
Or
Very true.
rhetorical hyperbole. So, you mean that stuff he was threatening?
Jeremy Hales as a child arpist is not rhetorical hyperbole. It is not non-literal assertions of fact. It is a literal assertion of a fact that is false. Jeremy Hales is not a child arpist. He has no arrests for any kind of harm to children. It is a false fact. So yeah, I guess you can use false and fact together if you say it's a false fact. But the way he used it was very unclear. But still, it is absolutely false. It is a literal assertion of a fact, and the fact isn't true. It's a lie. Why do I feel like I'm talking to kindergartners? I feel like I'm trying to explain like Pythagorean theorem to kindergartners. That's how it feels. It's like, you know what? I don't know why I bother. I don't know why I'm bothering. Let's go back to the ABCs, children, because that's where you will thrive. Let's sing our ABCs and learn the happy birthday song and just leave this grown-up stuff to the grown-ups who understand it.
But noting that true statements that are not readily capable of being proven false, and statements of pure opinion are protected from defamation actions by the First Amendment. Let's see.
Yes, that's true. But again,
child arpist.
That's not a matter of opinion. That's fact. That's claiming a fact that did not happen. He did not rap Ohio. Thank you, G-Con 7.
Indeed.
Oh man. Sometimes you people in the chat really crack me up.
Courts decide whether a given statement is one of fact, opinion, or rhetorical hyperbole as a matter of law. Quote, a defamation claim may not be actionable where the alleged defamatory statement is based on non-literal assertions of quote-unquote fact.
Well, I don't know what he's arguing here because none of this is what the plaintiff is arguing. I mean, why are we going over what isn't defamation? That's really not the point because none of this stuff is some of the statements that were made that I saw in the Facebook post could be considered, hyperbole or matters of opinion. However, in the full picture of the lawsuit, they are also claiming that it was intended to harm his business. So when you put it together with the actual false statements alleging crimes that were defamation per se, plus the disparagement of his character on all these fake Facebook pages that were targeted at his business. Personally, I think when you look at it as a whole, it's coming together. I see what they're doing and I see where they're going with it. Now, if you take some of those statements on their own by themselves, no, they're not defamatory. But when you put them in the, and I'm only talking about some of the statements, I'm talking about the ones about, that could be opinion. When you put them all together in a whole, you have something different. You have a concerted effort to hurt a man's business and reputation.
When they're talking about him ARPing, what was it? Was it her daughter?
Her daughter.
Yeah, that's the way it was stated. So, yeah, that's pretty on point as defamation. It's for the court to decide as a matter of law whether the complained words are actionable expressions of fact or non-actionable expressions of rhetorical hyperbole. A statement is considered rhetorical hyperbole when the language itself negates the impression that the writer was seriously maintaining that the plaintiff committed the particular act, forming the basis of the defamation. That, again, seems to argue right against that science.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing rhetorical about those signs. There was nothing witty or satirical. They were making a statement of fact.
Yes, straight up.
Period.
Although rhetorically hyperbolic statements may at first blush appear to be factual, they cannot reasonably be interpreted as stating actual facts about their target. In determining whether allegedly defamatory statement is an expression of fact or an expression of rhetorical hyperbole, context is paramount.
Okay, here, let me give you a perfect example of a hyperbolic statement that could not possibly be taken seriously. If I said that Bruce, every time he opens his mouth, soap bubbles come out of it. Literal balls of soap come out of his mouth, and all I can hear are popping sounds. That's a hyperbolic statement. It is very clearly not meant to be factual because no one has actually seen this happen, and that doesn't happen with human beings. That's a hyperbolic, rhetorical kind of thing. That's not defamatory because no reasonable person would believe that Bruce actually breathes soap bubbles. Although that is sometimes how we hear his motions in our heads. It just sounds like a bunch of...
That's just us gasping for air.
It's the drowning in the content. You know, we're drowning.
It's not what that
Someone
is.
save us. Throw us a line, throw us a rope or a life vest. We're drowning here, folks. Drowning in the content.
And the last one, Frank versus Fine. Other than merely reciting many of the statements at issue, quote unquote, without limitation, the opposition contains no analysis of any statements in the 20 exhibits. No serious argument could be made that they support claims for defamation, so the plaintiff has chosen to make no argument whatsoever. Okay. D.
Wait, go back up a little bit. No serious argument that they support claims for defamation.
He's saying that he's not making any argument.
Well, I don't think that's true, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, no. Don't seem to. Okay. So we're talking about the expert statements from Melissa Hale affidavit. The plaintiff offers the affidavit of Melissa Hale. Avers that she took screenshots and notes of statements posted by Miss Preston while she was a member of Miss Preston's... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the... my bad. That's the one affidavit. My bad. I got it confused with the...
Right, of the person who was in the private Facebook
that's the person
group.
making the... screenshots. While she was a member of Miss Preston's private Facebook groups in 2023. In a note, she stated that on May 2nd, 2023, Mr. Hales did a Facebook video stating he was back home in Ohio, checking on Hales headquarters, and that on May 15th, 2023, and July 2nd, 2023, Mr. Hales did Facebook videos, stating that he needed to get back to Otter Creek, Florida from Ohio ASAP because derogatory signs had popped up around Otter Creek, Florida, accusing Mr. Hales of being a child arpist. The affidavit notes it is unclear what the point of these statements is, but they are double hearsay to the extent they are being offered as evidence of something.
Well, not really, because I'm sure Jeremy owns those videos. So if you need to see them admitted into court, I'm sure he has them from his Facebook group. So I don't know what the purpose of pointing that out is.
I had to run off the oldest and the other one there because this is not a topic you all can be part of. All right. Hey, can you hold this down for one second?
Of course.
All right.
I will look at the chat. I will read the chat. How are you, chat? Someone just sent me the Zim poem set to music. Should we listen to it? I can actually make this work now. I can, because I have all the controls. So let's see. Let's do. No, here. No,
right.
not that. Oh, shoot. I was going to play them a song. You came back too quick.
Too fast.
Damn it. Somebody put the Dr. Seuss poem to music.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they just sent it to me. I was going to listen to it.
Check it out, see what it sounds like.
All right, I think it sounds pretty good.
Does
It
it?
sounds good.
All right, well, let's check it out. I'll check it out real quick.
It's like a what's the word I'm looking for? It is a
Song?
rhythm and blues. It's rhythm and blues.
Music? No, wait, no. Rhythm and music. Okay.
Oh, Lord. This is funny. You want to see it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll pull it up.
Let's
Hold
see.
on. Present share screen. No. That's not it.
That's not how I push buttons.
That's
No.
not it. Why isn't it coming up? This is so weird. Wait. I know why. I keep forgetting that I'm now today I'm in Chrome for whatever reason instead of Edge. And I've got Edge pulled up on the other side. And so I've screwed myself up with the Windows because I can't share Chrome to Edge. Here it is.
Edge. That is probably the most shocking thing I've heard.
I know you keep getting upset with me for.
I'm just more shocked, stunned by it. I was like, wait, what now?
All right, you ready? Here we go. You can hear this, right?
Yeah.
In the land of Otter Creek, where the mornings are bright, lived a man named Sim, who woke up with the light, with a zip and a zoom. In his golf cart he'd ride through the streets and the lanes with a sense of great pride. Now Sim had a friend, a fella named Hale, whose name quite unfairly was smeared on some gales. Defamatory signs, oh what a disgrace, plastered around town, all over the place. But Sim was a loyal friend, through and through. He knew what to do and how
slow
to
jams.
pursue.
Yeah.
Dipped in his cart with a plan in his mind to save Jeremy Hales. He said, I am not blind. From the break of the dawn, with the sky turning pink, Sim started his quest, not a second to think. He collected the signs, one by one with great speed. In his golf cart they piled indeed, quite the deed.
You know what would make this better? The sound of a zipping golf cart going by. We need like some vroom vroom in there, like. We need. I like the
Through the streets
instrumental
of Otter
part.
Creek, he darted and dashed. The signs disappeared as if by magic they flashed.
You know what I don't like about AI?
What's that?
Is that I recognize that voice. They really use that voice a lot. Have you noticed
Oh,
this?
yeah.
That like
yeah, they
certain
have
voices.
specific voices. Uh-huh.
I have specific voices. Thank you for making that, by the way. That was from who was that from? That was from James. James, thank you for making that. That is a crack up. And but I sometimes think that AI could do better varying the voices. I sometimes find myself like searching and searching for different voices and trying to tell it what voices to play or how to make it sound. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, the I don't know. It kept trying to do that song I did for the intro. It kept trying to make it a white British rapper, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. That was the worst thing. I was like,
British rapping sounds like
Yes.
something I never want to hear ever in
yes,
my whole life.
It was something I did not want to hear. It took me days to find. I was like, no, I had to find a command to get that out of there. I was like, no, quit trying to default to that. I don't want that. So specifically, Ms. L alleges, on July 22nd, 2023, Miss Preston wrote in a private Facebook group that she did not post the defamatory signs about Mr. Hale's, Otter Creek, Florida, because Mr. Cook posted the defamatory signs about Mr. Hale's on Otter Creek, Florida. Now remember that we talked about the counts that they are discussing here. Remember, count 2 is defamation by John Cook. So they want dismissal of counts 1 and 2 while stating that she posted, that John Cook actually posted those derogatory signs. Oh, Lord. And she also stated that Mr. Cook is verbally and emotionally abusive. She also encouraged, that's crazy, considering this is his client that he's talking about here. You know, hey, who cares about you, John, right?
He's quoting from the affidavit from Lemmerman, so he's going to argue against this all here, but he's just quoting from her affidavit.
I would just cut my quote. There would have been like ... Yeah.
I know.
Like, yeah,
especially because I don't know if he knows this, but there's Facebook videos of Lynette Preston saying this too, about him being abusive and stuff. So that, if he's going to try and say that's not true, I actually have videos of her saying that.
Yes, indeed. So, I mean, but hey, who cares about old John Boy, right? She also encouraged all of her Facebook members to report all of Mr. Hale's YouTube videos to YouTube. Oh, so trying to take down his channel and do damage. Oh, that's fascinating. Other than citing these statements by her, there is no explanation or argument as to their relevance or how they somehow constitute evidence in support of plaintiff's defamation claim.
But it's her posting that John put the signs up. Now they say neither one of them had anything to do with the signs. How does this not support the evidence of the plaintiff? They do not exonerate Miss Preston because the argument is that she wrote them and John posted them. You get it? She wrote them. John placed them around town.
This gets better.
Yeah.
This gets better. If anything, they exonerate Miss Preston.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Ms. Aki's allegations of Miss Preston's alleged statements that Mr. Cook posted this, that's triple hearsay now.
Not if she posted it herself.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
And if you have the posts with Lynette's name on them, well, I mean, in fairness, though, I would say I hope that they have downloads of those posts.
I'm sure.
That have, I hope they have more than screenshots and they have downloads that show the metadata because, obviously the argument is, oh, that's fake. They faked it. It's not real.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they argue that and they actually go to Facebook, who is very much the place. Like Twitter may argue with you about turning over something, but Facebook is pretty compliant with requests for that. So if they want to argue and say, "Oh, that's all fake," yeah, that'd be a huge mistake. You may have to work a little bit harder to end up getting that, but it would catch their clients lying yet again. So making him work for that, ooh, that might not be good.
I'll be right back. I got to check on my little one.
All right. My notes screenshots told me that Miss Preston said that Mr. Cook told her he posted the signs and thus not competent evidence in opposition to summary judgment. Notably, the plaintiff's expert does not opine Mr. Cook wrote any signs. Well, again, they didn't say that Mr. Cook wrote the signs. That's actually not what was stated there either. They actually stated that he is the one that posted them, stuck them in the ground. That's how I take it. Teamwork, baby. What an argument. The plaintiff's entire evidence amounts to 3 of his acquaintances coming across some signs staked in the grass at dawn on a Sunday morning, collecting them and delivering them to plaintiff's property, where an unnamed agent took possession of them. There's no evidence or even claim that the plaintiff was damaged as a result of the signs being discovered by the 3 individuals and having been possibly posted for as long as 41 minutes of daylight before being removed. So 41 minutes calling somebody a child ARPAs. Remember, yeah, we were looking through a couple of those judgments that were noted. Remember in the recommendations They were talking about one of them was a post that called somebody some pretty horrible things. And, I don't think the argument was, well, it was only viewed for 41 minutes on a highway. I mean, it's so insane. Well, he's not arguing how much damage that could have done. For real. For real. Even assuming a jury would find Miss Preston and or Mr. Cook wrote and posted the signs, there's simply no evidence of publication or damages. Wait. So, even if a jury found that they do it, there's no evidence that they did it. What? Summary judgment must therefore be entered on counts 1 and 2. You see the footnote. Very strangely, the plaintiff memorandum states, footnote 2, page 18, the lower right-hand corner of memorandum in support, defendant falsely labeled either, I'm going to skip down, just give me a second, I've got to skip down this because it's got footnotes on the next page, but there's contact information. Now, this contact information is only law office, so it isn't a public document, but still, I jumped over that. Intentionally or negligently documented as an affidavit. Affidavit means, so we're going through, we're going to go through the definition. Affidavit means voluntary declaration of facts written down and sworn by the declarant before an officer authorized to administer oaths. Defendants should know better because their memorandum of support is clearly not an affidavit. It is unsworn and not even signed by Miss Preston or Mr. I want Megan to see that. Also, look at this. The undersigned has no idea what Attorney Shockett is talking about, or what his purpose was in including this footnote, as the word affidavit does not appear in the lower right-hand corner of page 3, document number 20. I have no idea what he's doing. Oh my God. This is his argument for, again, getting counts 1 and 2 dismissed. And if you look at the counts, let's look at this real quick. Pulling up counts. Let's look at all the counts and see what's there in our federal lawsuit. Count 1 and 2, again, defamation Preston, defamation Cook. Then we have our count 3, Civil Remedies for Criminal Practices Act. They're trying to knock out the most damaging items where everything will fall in for them. Civil Remedies for Criminal Practices Act for Cook. Tortious interference, again, for both. So you have your 6 counts. And again, their whole push for this is, one second, let me pull this up here. Their motion for summary judgment. Again, we saw the documentation for support of that, but it's saying, pursuant to the defendant's move for summary judgment, count 1 and 2 of the complaint on the grounds that there is no genuine dispute as to any material fact, and the defendants are entitled to judgment as a matter of law. So they're saying, essentially, again, let us knock that down. And I wonder, when this gets knocked down as well, I wonder if we're going to hear actually, my whole plan was to waste yet another 5 months, or however many months it takes to go through this. Because remember, that whole idea of making something, one second, I'm looking for that statement itself. Because remember, when you're talking about wasting 5 months there, stopping a federal lawsuit for 5 months, that's actually talking about wasting money too, making somebody expend revenue. Here, check this out. So here's like I said, the argument for the last one getting knocked out, as we noted before, he was saying, for no money, I've since March completely changed the landscape of the litigation between Hales and my client, stopped his federal lawsuit for 5 months. Again, I stopped it for 5 whole months. Now, it didn't stop the lawsuit. It's just saying, well, we managed to delay this action for 5 whole months. We kicked that can down the road. So I wonder, like I said, paper the lawsuit and paper the lawsuit. Try to drive up the costs on it, because ultimately, that could be passed on to the people involved. They may not be very happy about that at the end of it. While we're waiting for Megan, too, I'm going to hit some super chats real quick. So, Kathy, thank you, welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tug's Thugs, kicking that off. Thank you very much. Appreciate you there. Fallen Hero, thank you for the super chat there, too. No statement allowed. Plenty of statement, though. Appreciate you here all the time. Thank you. Cindy, thanks for the do. You're cutting out. Help us. Well, apparently I'm not cutting out anymore. So, did I cut out at the beginning, by the way? I heard a little bit of a cut out for just a hot second. But I think they got fixed pretty fast. Suzanne, thanks for the 20. Yes, I was a little bit stressed with absence, only because I'd extended my obligations for more chores. Yeah, like I said, for this weekend, it was interesting. A lot of people wrote, like I was saying, I didn't feel good. The kids, they didn't feel good. So for this weekend, no broadcasting, which is very rare for me. And I appreciate it. Like, a lot of people hit me up and were like, hey, are you okay? So thank y'all. Wendy, thanks for the 7 months. Hey, it was perfect time. I got the hi Tug, hi chat, or hi Megan, hi chat. So you missed the last footnote there. I wanted to show it to you real fast.
Oh, the last footnote? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to show it in pieces, okay? Because he's got it, the way it appears on the paper, I'll have to show it. So very strangely, the plaintiff's memorandum states, footnote 2, page 18, the lower right-hand corner of memorandum in support of it falsely label either. Now, Ian, hold that for just a second. I got to skip over his information because
I hate it when footnotes go to a second page.
Yeah, I hate it when it's the page with all the contact info,
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
it is the legal contact info, so it's not like you're doxing somebody's address or anything, but I try to skip as much of that as I can. But it falsely labels intentionally or negligently. This document is written as an affidavit. Now we get a definition of an affidavit. Check this out. Affidavit means voluntary declaration of facts written down and sworn to by the declarant before an officer authorized to administer oaths. Defendants should know better because their memorandum of support is clearly not an affidavit. It is unsworn and not even signed by Miss Preston or Miss Cook. Then he goes on. He's like, the undersigned has no idea what Attorney Shockett is talking about.
Really? Because maybe you should check out your memorandum in support because it's not signed. I don't know.
He's just like, it's not an affidavit. It's not. I mean, he's throwing a fit because there was a footnote that used the word affidavit. That's what he's throwing a fit about. Is talking about, or what his purpose was to include this false footnote, as the word affidavit does not appear in the lower right-hand corner of page 3, document number 20.
Okay.
It's like, all right.
All right, then.
That was the fifth they threw at the end. I was like, okay. All right. Then there was the question, Coyote Bait, thanks for the 2. Did I hear Jeremy write that JC went after? So we talked about that earlier. Thank you. Travis, thanks for the 2. I got fainting goats, and they are fun when drinking.
Wait, they're fun when you're drinking or when the goats are drinking? I need clarification.
They're probably really fun if the goats were drinking. They were just falling down drunk. Sue, thanks for the 10. I had for the first time me and my FY on YouTube. The 2 fleas. They made a video commercial about their quote-unquote royal flush.
Was it a giant shit?
Was that the so the whole
the royal flush was the expert report, the one that they haven't filed in court.
That's it. I mean, they hyped this thing like it was going to be, it was supposed to be the end all be all. You know, it's going to expose everything. It's just like the last one. Well, I forget what the last one they hyped it up to be.
Oh, The Blind Side? Yeah, I don't even remember now.
I don't. It was such a nothing burger. I was like, oh, great. You know, I kept thinking, man, there must be some crazy claim going to come out, you know, out of the woodwork or something. No. It was just some stupid crap.
Yeah, it was just stupid crap.
Wanda thinks 5. They said Jeremy wrote signs. What the hell? No, he didn't. Those are some crazy ass people. Leave Jeremy and his whole crew alone. Yeah, well, again, if they want to put those claims into the court docket, do it.
Let's go, baby. Let's effing go. But like, I'm not even going to talk about it until they put it into court, because I'm telling you, it's just a waste of everybody's time to be following this and reading it and like ruminating on it if it doesn't get filed in court.
Yeah, if they don't actually make that claim, if that's not part of their case, if they're just throwing around just some random, you know, dog shit and being like, oh, look at Royal Flush. Okay. SF, thanks for doing. Like a note on a plane to Iceland? Oh, that's a flashback. Christina, thanks for the 5 months. Hey, crew, listening while I'm away home. This week has been rough. Hope everything is well with you guys. Pharmacy is so draining when you have a cold. Indeed. I hope you're doing better, by the way, because I think we all have had,
Totally get it.
We've had the funk on it. Yep. What's up, John? How you doing, my friend? Appreciate you and your wife, by the way. Love to both of you. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships there. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. She probably called Silverman a lot to run through money. She probably called him a lot. Yeah. She probably did.
Oh, yeah. He was like billing her for every phone call.
That's what a lot of people don't realize. You know, every time you pick up that phone, yes, a lawyer really does love you to pick up the phone or to write them
every
emails
email,
or whatever.
Every email you're paying.
Yes, you are paying a lot.
Oh.
It is a lot of money.
Daily Dysfunction said, I got a Runkle shout out tonight. I can't wait to go back and apparently Ian Runkle tonight was going over some Gingras filings.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
going to go back and watch the replay.
I like Runkle, by the way. Like I said, Runkle, I dealt with this. Oh, God. Chris Boozy, I dealt with him for about 2 years. And he just finally, after all that Depp insanity, you know, at the end of it, he wrote a big quote unquote. I guess he was supposed to be an expert as well. You know, he didn't pop up in court, but he was somebody they brought on as an expert too. And he wrote this nasty stuff, and Ian just, he wrecked that. It was absolutely.
And nobody wrecks somebody better than Ian because he's so polite and Canadian.
Yes.
That when you get wrecked by a polite Canadian, you've never been wrecked like that before.
I know, you have to pull over to the road and be like, you know?
You don't even know what hit you because it came in so soft. You thought you were getting a love caress. And then you end up on the ground and you're looking up at the sky and you don't know how you got there. That's what it's like to get rolled by Ian Runkle. It's amazing.
I love it though. I like Ian. I like him quite a bit. I haven't live streamed with him much at all. I think I've been on a live stream or maybe 2 with him just in passing, but I appreciate him. Sue, thanks for the 5 there. JH, did you hear that? I tried not to mute. I tried to make that not professional.
That was very unprofessional.
I know, I'm terrible. JH said from the beginning that LP would go after Silverman. Hashtag debunked. He did say that. I do remember him saying. You know,
yep.
I guess that's true, huh? Kim, thanks for 5. Please pray for us. Us County of Florida. Yeah, everybody that has been affected by this stuff, for real. I'm going to give love and support to them for sure. You know, this is a horrible situation that a lot of people are dealing with. And you have our love, you have our support. And if there are individuals out there that are impacted, you know, you need something. Like, again, if there are people that can reach out, you know, just let us know what's going on. Because if there's immediate supplies. I remember during the beer bug, we started shipping out baby formula because baby formula was being bought up everywhere. So we actually found somebody that could supply baby formula, and we sent out hundreds of baby formula. We were sending out just all types of stuff. It was wild what people needed. Toilet paper of all things, back when. But we tried. I mean, we did that from here. So
all this stuff though is crazy going on with the hurricanes, and
oh yeah,
there's more coming in the same path. It's just it's horrifying.
I
know there's been a lot of problems with FEMA and everything, but just know you can never depend on the government when shit hits the fan, no matter what. And so the good news is you can count on your neighbors and friends, though, because Americans always pull through for each other. So don't rely on the government, but your friends and neighbors and churches and the communities will pull together and get through it.
Yeah, I think that's the most positive thing. That's people argue politics and everything else around it. Now, there are people in need, and citizens have been going and doing everything that they can. Props to them, man. Watching people do that, it's been amazing. Sticky Widget, thanks for 5 there. Talk. Megan's new nom de bloom. I need to work on my I need to work on my foreign language to make
on
it
your
sound
French.
Yes.
Yeah,
I could do it as Gollum. Nom de plume.
That's funny.
Megalodonus adjacentus.
That was from earlier today on my stream. I was talking about being LawTube adjacent.
So now you're adjacentus.
Megalodonus adjacentus. Yes, it's funny.
I'll show myself out. Yeah, I mean, we're not. People bring up LawTube, and it is funny when you get included in that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't think I really count as.
But we end up covering some of the same stuff. That's why we get lumped in.
Actually, the lawyers are always like, yeah, you're part of it too. Who cares? So it's all good.
Not me. I'm kept out of the club. They don't want me.
Well, you know what? I'll make sure to slip you a pass. I'll be like,
okay. Only boys allowed. Of course they would like you. It's a boys club. There's like a clubhouse. There's like a nailed sign on the door that says no girls allowed. Unless your name is Emily D. Baker, then you're allowed.
Of course, Emily's always allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Lori, thanks for the 5 there. Judge Grudge said the planet. So now Jeremy says it in jest. So that's where the planet comes from. Judge Grudge actually threw that there. I got it. Suzanne, thanks for the 10. The planet comes from Judge Grudge, saying you can get documents anywhere on the planet when Jeremy went to Ohio to turn in docs or something. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
I appreciate both of you clarifying that too. Thank you. John, thanks for the 5. I've been hearing so much about Appalachia being screwed. Do you have any links for how to help? I shared a place on Twitter that was doing calls for, different items, and I'll actually share that again if people are on Twitter. That way I'll bump it up to the top. That's good, actually.
If I were giving to some organization, I would give to private churches and private organizations, because it appears that our government organizations like the Red Cross and FEMA can't get their shit together. That's what I'm seeing mostly. So if you're looking for something, I would look for private organizations versus the Red Cross or, FEMA related.
A place where all right, it should show up. We'll see. We'll see if it does it right. Twitter's been weird about stuff too. But yeah, giving to private organizations or finding out individuals that have been making runs, that's the way to go. You said it's been fascinating watching the ineptitude of government argue, where people are like, this is all conspiracy. I was in July, I found an article in July written by Fortune that was saying, hey, FEMA's running out of money. It's like, wait a minute. It was
it's like, wait a minute. You're the same organizations that are now telling us it's a conspiracy were the ones reporting that a couple months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and there actually have been, there were there's a horrible art. Like it's heartbreaking. There back in July, there was a report of 14 different places that requested help, and they were denied help, which is a record actually. And one of these places, they go through the detail of all the damages, and they were just flat out told, no, you can't have help at all. And it was terrible what had gone in there.
It's absurd.
Kiwi, thanks for 5. Watching Bruce on YouTube is like watching 5 hours of Bill Belichick. I actually like Bill Belichick. I like watching him somewhat.
Yeah, I'm like, what did Bill Belichick ever do to you?
Yeah,
Jeez.
actually, as a commentator, he's hilarious. Like, to be honest, I did not like watching them when they were involved in the game, but as far as commentary and stuff, they've been pretty funny. Niece, thanks for the 10. Megan, Lisa, to Brucey Boy's Crotch Fleas is using your anime profile photo. I saw it on an OC page. I
don't have an anime profile photo. So whatever they're using, it's probably not mine. Oh, you mean, wait, are you talking about the one I'm using right now? You talking about my cartoon that's up on my icon right now?
Probably. That's probably what they mean.
Oh, well, what do you mean using it? Using it for what?
They're talking about how great its hair is, of course.
Well.
What else would they do?
Can you blame them?
No, not really. They need good hair in their life. Not on
Frankly,
their
I
backs.
love that avatar. So, sure. Using it for, I guess, look, I have not enough, there's not enough cares or fucks in my bag of fucks to give for anything that these people or hate channels are doing. And the only time I ever comment on it is if I have to correct something. But if they're using my show or my icon or whatever, I don't care.
I just don't. I get breakdowns, and every now and then, like the idea that they're going after lawyers and everything else, I do find that interesting. That kind of stuff, yes, indeed. The actions, but as far as comment, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I mean, Tug and I are of the opinion that we're public figures. We're fair game. If you want to say shit about us, you're going to say shit about us, and that's fine. It's a free country. You're allowed to say shit about us. You can say whatever you want about us. When you start
as
going
long as
after,
it's not posting signs out in public, saying,
right?
Right.
You say whatever you want that's not defamatory, obviously, about us. But you start going after innocent family members, children, that sort of thing. That's when you're going to have a problem. But if you just want to be satire, and you're I don't care. You're ripping off my content by pretending. I don't care. I just don't care enough. I just don't care enough. I've never filed. I think I've only filed 1 or 2 copyright strikes before, and that was against a channel that took my entire content and just republished it. So,
I think the only one I've ever done was when people were taking product reviews, and using them for scams. I don't think I've ever had to go beyond that before.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder Chick, thanks for the 5 there for candy money, breadstick money, and a ticket for the gravy train. Gravy. Oh, yes, gravy. Thank you.
Not the weird voice.
Gravy.
No, don't say gravy like that.
Gravy. Bruce
Stop it.
Gravy. You don't want to hear Bruce and gravy?
No.
That doesn't make you think of something delicious.
No.
Bruce gravy. Bubbles gravy.
No. Ew. No.
I think
no.
I have anxiety over the roof.
I
need a button that says, I'm going to need therapy for this.
For real. Some days I think, oh, what did I say just then? Gross. Diane, thanks for the 5. I'm feeling Bubbles is going to go down in flames. We shall see. We shall see indeed.
I feel that's coming also, but, anything can happen. Court's a weird place. We'll see.
Yep. We'll watch it play. Mike, thanks for the super chat there. Doesn't allow a statement with that. Plenty of statement back. Thank you. Appreciate you. Sticky Widget. Thanks for the 2. Whisper. Professional. That is so funny how that became like a laugh track.
I know.
Photo lady.
Well, every time I would hear you do it when I was just like a listener and I wasn't part of this program ever, and I would just hear you and it would crack me up every time. I'd be laughing out loud every time. You're like, okay, professional. Like talking to yourself, trying to talk yourself out of the laugh
myself
fit.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it always made me laugh so hard. And then,
break
you
the
know,
fourth
sorry,
wall.
I hijacked it.
Photo lady, thanks for 5. They keep trying to say they were talking about the council member's son when I had a problem with them. So now they're trying to redirect and say, no, it wasn't those sons. It was some other sons. Jack's mom, thanks for 5. Bear fun. The kids are cute. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, they are. One of them got a pink bear, and one of them got a black and white bear from a show that they like, and of course, and they agreed to that at the beginning. One wanted it, and now they both want the other one's bears. Of course. Lynn, thanks for the 10. Pro hoc vice sounds like an illness.
It does. It sounds like hawking up something. Pro hoc vice.
It does, actually. It sounds like it either way. It sounds like you're addicted to something as pro hoc vice. It's like you're addicted to phlegm. Yes, I am pro hawking. I have a vice for it. Yeah, I am pro hoc.
He says you won't go.
Of the places you won't go.
Oh, that's perfect. By the way, that's one of the greatest Dr. Seuss poems ever, is "Oh, the Places You'll Go." Terrific poem. But yes, Otter Creek should be the
it
should have its own poem. Oh, the places you shouldn't go. Oh, the places you won't go.
Sergeant Mom, thanks for 5. Zippity Zim must get an illustration. I'd buy that.
Dead Punk. Did you hear that, Dead Punk? Are you still here?
Zippity Zim. Yeah,
Zippity
I want to
Zim.
ride on that. That'd be funny. I need to get on like the Zippity Zim.
Oh, it's a whole graphic novel. I feel it.
God. I need a shirt with me on a golf cart. I bet I could sell more than Bubbles. That'd be funny. I'd do it just to prove I could sell more shirts.
God, you could sell more. He's not going to sell any of those. You saying I can sell more shirts is like, what? You mean you can sell more than 5?
Yeah,
you can sell 5 shirts because he'll probably sell 4. 2 to him and his mother, and 1 to the elder statesman who seems to have a heart on for Bruce, and 1 to the poor guy in the chat who's convinced that all this is real.
I bet I can. All his postings. Remember, he got 3 laughs, no likes.
3 laughs, no likes.
I'm gonna post the words golf cart on Twitter and see if I can get better than that. I'm posting it right now. Golf cart.
Golf
That's
cart.
all I'm gonna. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna post.
Hold on, I have to go like it.
Give it a second. It may take it a minute to show up. I'm not sure yet.
I'm gonna go like it. I'm gonna be your first like. I was your first like.
Ooh, yes. Let's see if we can like that.
Oh yeah, baby. I'm reposting it and see how many likes we can get.
Golf cart. Golf cart professional.
God, it's already got 5 likes.
Oh man, I've already broken.
You've already broken Bruce's record.
Better
12.
slow that one down.
We're up to 12.
Oh my Lord, 14, 2 retweets. Let's
funny.
see. These things for the 20 there. Thank you. Money for baby umbrella girl, little umbrella girl to spin. They're adorable.
Aww.
And they have such a great dad. Thank you. Appreciate that.
They
Yeah.
are
The
cute.
oldest is this month. She keeps telling me her birthday's this month. And she keeps telling me she's going to become the double digit. And I thought it was funny. At first I was like, you're already 10, you're double digits. She was like, no, double digit. It's more important. She means 1-1. So she's like, you only get that maybe 9 times in your life if you're lucky.
Well, that's a good angle. That's a
It
good
is.
angle of a kid trying to get a special birthday. And she's gonna hit you up for all of those. She's gonna hit you for the Sweet 16.
She's already hit me up this time. She's like, you know what I want this time? I want a special day out, and I want this and that. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, we'll do that. We'll do this. It'll be fun. That's funny. Chris, thanks for the 10 there. I find it strange Brucey is making a point of saying he had nothing to do with the handwriting expert, and a couple of days ago, Tori said Bruce knew, and then Lisa said Bruce didn't know.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He didn't hire this guy? Normally, the experts are hired by the lawyers.
Yeah, they're hired. they're not
Who
just
hired him?
Yeah, where exactly does that come from? And if they're being filed into the court, how I'm very confused by how that's coming up.
Again, it has made our concern valid.
Yeah.
If Bruce does not have anything to do with this expert, then it's not going to end up in court. And if he did have something to do with it, and now he's backing off and saying that he doesn't know about it, then it's not going to end up in court. But where did you listen, Chris? If you can tell me like a timestamp or where I need to look for him saying he had nothing to do with the handwriting expert, please let me know. You can DM me on Twitter at Megan Fox Writer, or you can email me meganfox.writer@protonmail.com, because I would really like to hear this. That he says he has nothing to do with this handwriting expert. That would be weird.
I love
Normally the lawyer hires the experts for the case. So are you saying that the some podcast hired an expert? Oh, okay. Yeah. They're saying Night Owl says yes, that one of the fleas hired him. Well, then it's not for court and it doesn't mean anything. What?
What is that? Then it's just something to spread around, and they should be careful. I heard somebody say that that Jeremy said they were getting served next week.
That's what I hear. But again, Jeremy is a really bad coordinator as far as his puppet master thing. He doesn't inform me of the moves that he's making. So I always hear it secondhand from the chat. Because Jeremy's really bad at this, whatever this conspiracy thing is that he's allegedly heading up, because I never hear about it till you guys tell me.
I'm upset about that. He also didn't send me cold medicine. He didn't know I was suffering. What a puppet master. Connie, I love this. People call it Bruce times 3 or Bruce to the third power. Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Bruce
it.
to the third power. I love it.
I like it. It's a modern day Eddie Haskell. That's funny.
This makes total sense now, though. Now I get it. At first I was like, why isn't this in a court filing? And if it was just something that some hate channel decided to get done, then Bruce, and he had nothing to do with it, then it's not going to end up in court. And so I hope that people weren't scammed into sending money for this thing. Because it's not going to end up in court, you guys.
Like I said, it ends up in court. We can talk about it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's starting to seem more and more suspect. Proof is wrong. Proof is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Shifter brains. I like that, too.
Shifter brains. That's funny.
Thanks for the 10. So the supposed lawyer gets his lace panties in a bunch, being called an ambulance chaser, has no problem with someone having signs stating such horrific accusations. Indeed.
Shifter brains, I just want to point out, I did not need the mental picture of Bruce in lace panties. Okay. I could have done without that for, I don't know, the rest of my life. Thank you for that, though. Appreciate you.
Megan, lace
Ew.
panties.
No. My ears. No, stop. Yuck.
He's like, chicka bow wow.
No. Although now that it's been brought up, he does look like the kind of person who would wear women's underwear under his clothes. I'm just saying. I have no information that says he does that. I'm saying he looks like a person
breathable,
who might.
You know? How do you back that thing up without that little strap showing there?
Him and David Gingras, really. I mean, Gingras also strikes me as someone who would enjoy Victoria's Secret catalog to order himself some things occasionally.
Maybe he too wants a secret. I mean, hey, who wouldn't want a secret, right? Solving Victoria's Secret.
Solving Victoria's Secret.
Ellen, thanks for the 5. Hope and prayers, everyone in the line. The next storm, stay safe. Yes, indeed. Indeed, for sure. Remember, you cannot be replaced, item scan. That is indeed true as well. You know, if you're in the line of it as well, you know, go ahead and make plans, you know, make sure you're safe.
You know,
And see
shout out
what
to
can happen.
Jules, by the way. Jules is a regular watcher of my channel, and she has her own channel, and Jules does a lot of court watching. And she is stuck. She was given the evacuation notice, and she couldn't get out of town because the traffic was at a standstill. So she ended up going to her cousin's house, and they're battening down the hatches there, and they're going to ride it out. And stay safe out there. I know a lot of you have had to maybe make that kind of hard decision, and that's very tough when it's hard to get out of town when there's so much traffic. So I do not envy any of you, and I just hope we make it through. I hope the hurricane dissipates before it really makes landfall.
Yes, I mean, we were in the part of Tennessee that didn't get hit hard, and we still got some nastiness out of that for sure. So when I saw what was there, though, I thought, man, you know, anything that happened with us, like, is nothing compared to those people. I like I said, prayers with you folks. Love to you all. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. Someone has to be last in a law school class. And Brucey Boy is one for graduating class. I honestly don't know how he passed the bar. Well, he's going to be like, I scored in the 0.00001 percentile.
Well, I'm certain that he's passed a lot of bars. Or didn't pass a lot of bars. Went into each one on the way.
I pass a lot of bars every time I go to Nashville.
That's right. There's a lot of ways to pass bars, you know.
George, thanks for the super sticker too. Saw that roll through. Thank you. Appreciate you. Just one person's opinion. Thanks for the 5. Do you think Bruce is like the Daryl Brooks in court? It's like Daryl Brooks.
Objection grounds.
Objection grounds, yeah. Oh, Lord. What an image there. Aussie Wombat, thanks for that $14.99. Bunk and lung. Need some more candy and ice cream. Thank you. I'll definitely. They want another trip to the candy store. We've been talking about it, so I see that in our future. SF, thanks for the 2. So he's writing this for the chat, not the court. That's the way a lot of things feel like, you know. I mean, if he's saying I delayed this 5 months and I've talked about it for 5 months, it does seem like it was written for the chat, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
I've just never seen anybody admit, hey, I wasted 5 months of the court's time.
Yeah, look what I did. I wasted all this time with the court. Like, I did that on purpose. I've never heard an attorney admit to that. I mean, we all know when attorneys are doing it. And you can say, well, this is the drag your feet strategy or whatever, but you never hear an attorney going, oh yeah, we were dragging our feet. You'll just never hear that.
Patricia, this is interesting. Thanks for the 10 there. Zim recently filed a new claim against Crook for harassment. Jeremy mentioned it live last night, possibly witness intimidation. Jeremy said he hadn't seen the police report yet, coming soon. Oh, that's going to be fascinating. Oh, man.
By the way, I was just looking up what's going on with the hurricane, and it has hit landfall, and it is apparently a Category 5. Oh, it is bad. This is real bad.
Yes, stay safe.
Good
I can't say that enough. Stay safe. You know.
How much more can these people take?
Hey, they just need to know, everybody out there, you need to know that, again, citizens have your back, you know. Ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, citizens have your back.
That's right.
Jeffrey, thanks for the 2. Gravy, baby. Gravy. Gravy, baby.
Gravy, baby.
Gonna have a gravy, baby. Gross, that sounds terrible. Chance, thanks for the Chance MB, thanks for the 5 there. Where would Brucey get an adequate sample of Jeremy Hale's writing to give to his expert. Critical
This is a
thinking.
very good question.
That's strength. Yeah.
This is a very good question. I happened to ask Jeremy Hales, were you asked for a sample of your handwriting? I don't think he would be upset with me for saying no, he was not. We are not sure if there even was a sample of his handwriting that was used for this alleged expert report. And we do know, though, that Lynette Preston did give multiple samples of her handwriting, which she admitted was her handwriting, that she wrote herself. And we know that because she said so in the deposition that we've watched. And there were pages and pages of her handwriting. Where is the handwriting from Jeremy Hales? I don't know. The screenshots I saw didn't show any analysis of handwriting. So I have no clue.
Yeah, you know, hers. I remember reading those documents. Oh my God, those were eye opening when it's all those. What's up, Navy Vet? Thanks for the 5 there. Send LP and JC to LBL. Maybe they'll be lucky enough to meet Dogman.
Dogman. What's LBL?
Land Between the Lakes, isn't that?
Okay, I got sucked down a Dogman rabbit hole the other day on YouTube, and it really screwed up my algorithm, by the way. I don't really want to hear people's random stories about Dogman. Do you know about Dogman?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is something I never heard of until like 2 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden I was down this Dogman rabbit hole on YouTube, and it's basically like Bigfoot, but it's a dog, like a wolf man.
Yeah,
thing.
People draw it. Looks like a werewolf.
Looks like a werewolf. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Why does no one ever get videos of these things? Like, why does every video of Bigfoot look like it was taken with a potato? How come I have to squint and like try and figure out, is it Bigfoot or is it a bush? Is it like...
I told you about my run-in with what I thought was a werewolf once.
The one where you died?
No. I was at my... I was watching my mom's home. You know, they'd gone out of town, and you know, I went over. I was watching it. I went outside. They live in the middle of nowhere, and I went out around their house to see there was something loud outside, and their cats and everything were just freaking out. So I went out. I had my shotgun. I thought, man, you know, there's coyotes or something out there. They're trying to kill them yet again. So I'm going to have to deal with this. So I go out, and they have a fence row. And I was scanning the fence row with a flashlight underneath my shotgun. And as I was scanning, I came to this one part where there was an opening. They had old pallets and other stuff. And there was something right there. It was really tall, standing up like a human, except it was very big, very... maybe as a bear, you get bears there. But the first thing I thought, I was like, oh shit, werewolf. You know, that's what I thought right off the bat. My mind went to werewolf.
Maybe it was Dogman. I mean, you are in Dogman territory.
It scared
a lot of the
stories. Crap out of me.
A lot of the stories about Dogman are in Tennessee, like a bunch of them.
Whatever it was big. It, like I said, it was standing up, and I started backing away, like hugging the wall. I was like, oh no, because you know, shotgun doesn't feel very big when you think. If it's a bear, like
it's
if it
bear
really
size,
a bear,
unless you have like elephant slugs or whatever.
That thing, whatever it was, went running down the fence row, tearing down through there. So it was
running on 2 feet or 4.
It was running. I couldn't see it run very well because the fence row is overgrown with trees and everything else. I could just see.
So what you're telling me is that your eyeballs were like a potato.
Pretty much. I didn't have a camera with me.
So okay, maybe it's something about these creatures that interferes with both eyeballs and cameras.
Maybe they're not photogenic. I mean, it's just, you know, they're like, oh, you didn't get its good side. Its bad side is very blurry, you know.
I just can't figure out why all of the evidence is so blurry, you know? Like, I just don't get that.
Janice, thanks for the 10 there. Major props to all the people on their horses going up. Yeah, for real. We've seen videos of that on horseback, going where vehicles can't go up in the mountains, rescuing people and taking supplies. Indeed, man, watching videos there, that's been very uplifting to see. It's horrible what people are going through, but it says a lot about people to watch them go in and do that. Janice, thanks for the 10 there too. Well, excuse me for informing you that Lisa is using your cartoon figure.
Janice, I was being snarky about them, not about you. It's fine that you guys tell me things. I didn't mean, I'm sorry if you took that wrong.
Yes, apologize, man.
I'm very sorry, Janice.
I'm going to send Dogman to your house.
Janice, my snark was all intended for the fleas, not for you. Of course, you guys can tell me anything you want about what's going on over there, and many of you do. I'm just letting you know that it doesn't affect me personally. It doesn't bother me, in case you were worried that I'm, bothered. But I didn't mean to be snarky towards you, so sorry.
She's putting on a brave face. The snark comes out. It's a brave face. She's really crying inside. My anime figure. No, I love that one.
Don't use my AI cartoon.
Man, poor Megan. Poor Janice. I keep calling her Janice. She's like, you're also butchering my name, Tug, while you're at it. And thank you.
Sorry, Janice. We did not mean to.
Lord, I don't like. It was funny from one live. Yeah, Janice, I think is because from one live stream to the next, she becomes different people. I don't know. Travis thinks so too. I like the poem. That was awesome with music. Yeah, Dick, she sounded really good with the music there. I thought it was great. Photo lady, thanks for too. He said he would only use in civil court if need be. Oh, what a coward.
What a cop-out. What a cop-out. You don't buy an expert report to not use it in court. That's ridiculous. And if it is the smoking gun that these idiots say that it is, and they have been saying that it's the smoking gun, it's proof, it's hard evidence that she didn't do it, then you would absolutely enter that into court. If he is out there saying that he will only use it if need be, why would you take your best evidence, which is what they are claiming this is, the best evidence they have that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt she didn't do it, then enter it in court, you big baby. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go, mother effa. Let's go. Put it into court. Let's effing go, man. Come on.
That says a lot about what somebody really thinks about it, doesn't it? Yep. Again, remember the files just written for the audience. Same thing. Oh, guess about this bombshell that, if we need to use it, maybe down the road somewhere, file it or shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. This is the same thing with him threatening to sue me. Quit threatening me and do it already. If you're going to do it, do it. But don't keep sending me emails threatening me to do it, because your emails mean nothing to me. They're nothing. And also don't email me, because that's harassment. But also, if you're going to file something, file it. But you don't run around giving this lame ass information to, hate channels so they can talk about it and act like it's your big smoking gun. And then you're not even going to enter it in court. I knew there was a reason why we shouldn't have read it, Tug. I knew it.
I love, somebody sent me like screenshots of Bruce insulting people. He's like, you are soulless, heartless coward who talks big on here, but never have the guts to appear live and have a real-time discussion where you be challenged to defend your beliefs. Oh man, I'm gonna have to read some of those one day too. Those are funny. Oh.
Well, I think Bruce ought to answer the question. Why aren't you going to enter your expert report? Let's have that real conversation, Bruce. Why are you not entering it in court? This is such garbage. I hope this is true, and I hope somebody has a timestamp for me of where he said this, because that's hilarious. If you are not going to use your expert report, then you know what we know already. Your expert is garbage. But God bless your heart.
Somebody noted too, someone got accidentally banned. If somebody gets accidentally banned, by the way, just write me about it and I'll fix it.
That happens.
It does.
It wasn't me. I know I have the powers today, but I didn't do it.
Sure. That's what they all say when they're banning people. Heather, thanks for the 27 months. It's interesting to see all the different crazy in the world. Yeah, these cases show many of them. Yes.
It sure does. And it's also educational. There's an educational component of watching this case that has been I think, indispensable to what we do, talking to people about how court works and how judges are supposed to behave, and showing them that this judge was really poorly behaved. And the appellate court upheld our opinion, which is that Judge Grudge was a very bad and biased judge. It's been very educational for people to see the way we see court cases and have it backed up and almost immediately. It's incredible. I love that about this case. What are you sniggering about? I know it's something.
Somebody was telling me to tell you, that tell you about that gravy, the famous.
Oh God, not again. Not again. Stop it. Stop it. I will not have it. You're giving me anxiety.
I have anxiety over the roof.
I forgot.
You are not a nice person.
Every time you pull out that Bruce voice, I'm going to hit that button. You are not a nice person.
I love how people, like, when you post like golf cart, like random people who have no idea what's going on. They're like, what the heck? Doing? By the way, that has Bruce, just to let you know, that has 1,600 views so far and 65 likes.
It's just golf cart.
And then just post the words golf cart.
Golf cart. I know. People are liking my repost too, which is a crack up. Let's see how many likes my repost has. Let's see. 9 reposts, by the way.
Oh, that's hilarious. 65 likes so far. Don't forget to like golf carts.
I like Rhea Norman's response. She's like, Zimmerty Zim.
I like when I post stuff like that. I never explain what it's about. Ever.
Zim, zim, zim.
Like, I never. If people count the live stream, they'll know what it is. But otherwise, it just confuses random people. Chris, thanks for the 2. I will send an email tonight or tomorrow with stamps. I was talking about oh, well, he didn't do it. He did. So that'll be interesting to see. Sarah, you asked for that, by the way, Megan. So he said he would send you tonight or tomorrow with timestamps.
Oh, great.
Yeah. That'll be good to talk about. See, that kind of stuff, I'll totally talk about.
I got a timestamp. You want to hear it?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. It's I'm going to drop the link. And the timestamp is 24. Here, I'll put it in the private chat for you. Okay. And the timestamp you want is timestamp 2410.
2410. Give me a second. Oh. Trying to get it right to it. Yuck.
Thank you for that, by the way, chat.
2410.
2410.
Okay. All right. There, I got it. I was trying to fast forward over any other speak. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So, let's see, 2410.
Mm-hmm.
No. Excuse me, you could confirm, though, I wasn't a part of your production of that video, correct?
No, you were not.
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah, it's how it saved it for some reason. It was
so that's a video.
Actually. A video. Oh, but is the video about the expert report?
Yeah, is that what it's about?
Is that what it's about? I don't get it.
I'm too lazy to watch that and see what it's about.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going back and looking. They've made what looks like a PowerPoint presentation about the signs, and they've made a thing with their expert report conclusions. He's just saying there he had nothing to do with the making of that video. I don't know if that necessarily means he had nothing to do with hiring an expert. I would find that very strange that he had nothing to do with hiring an expert, since lawyers are the ones who do that.
If there's more that clarifies on that, even more, that'll be fascinating to hear. You know.
Yeah, I would believe he didn't have anything to do with making that video, but I don't think he had nothing to do with the expert. But I could be wrong.
Sarah, thanks for the vibe. Bubbles probably wears Tata tassels with his
nice No.
I like that.
No.
What an image there.
That's a horrible image. Never again, chat. You are grounded.
You love it.
look grounded.
Patrick thinks of the 5. I guess after reading Bruce, I know how a Soviet citizen,
A subset, yeah.
a sovereign citizen with a law degree behaves. I think that could work for a Soviet citizen too. Your speech is what now? Yes, sovereign citizen too. Yeah. And what is that? BC Eagle Deb? Is that what this is?
BC Eagle Deb.
Deb, yeah, okay. Thanks for the 5. Prayers for everyone in the path of the storm. Any news? George?
India.
And,
no news. But I know that George was staying there. She was there and they were staying, so that's all I know. I heard their broadcast earlier in the day, yesterday's live stream. They were talking about that she was staying, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out probably tomorrow.
Like I said, I hope they are fine. And again, prayers with everyone. Wanda, thanks for 5. Megan at Rick Henderson, maybe, is trying to get your attention. Very important.
Yep, and I put my email address in the chat, so anybody who's trying to get a hold of me should do it at my email address, which is meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. I did try and look for Rick's text or whatever, but I couldn't find it. So just
Okay.
email me.
Suzanne, thanks, Suzanne. Handwriting quote-unquote expert said, looks like someone tried to forge her writing. How about she tried to disguise her own writing?
That makes more sense than Jeremy Hale's writing the signs himself, defaming himself.
Yeah.
And then having to pay out $200,000 in legal fees against himself. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, and posting signs that say that about you. I mean, that's
crazy. It's crazy. No one would do such a thing.
That is just some wild fucking conspiratorial nonsense. Wade, thanks for 5. I'm in Western Kentucky, 20 minutes from LBL. I never heard of Dog Man. Guess I need to get out more. I just look it up. You go down.
Just look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, just look up Dog Man.
You can go down that rabbit hole. I will say though, I mean, it's like the Bigfoot stuff. Nobody ever has any actual evidence. It's just stories, and it's like, well, I want to believe you, but then also, kind of don't.
Well, I go up there. Hey, just I'm going to be done in just a second. Okay, I'll be done in.
All right, chat. Let's see.
I'll be back in 1 second. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Where were we at? You know what Tug doesn't do? He doesn't unstar the super chats as he reads them. So I have no idea where we left off. 0. None. I'll just read the chats as they're coming by. They said Jeremy didn't count on Lynette hiring a lawyer and having help in court. That was Melanie. Yeah, probably. I don't think that was what Jeremy was counting on, no. But I can see that they're making that argument. Sorry, Tug, what was going on?
The kids, they were just narking. She was narking on her sister.
Narking on her sister, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've seen this argument that they're like, oh, Jeremy was just counting on her not having legal help. No, actually, if you've ever gone up against somebody who's pro se, by the way, it's a nightmare. If you have an attorney and the other person doesn't have an attorney, it is an absolute freaking nightmare, as you saw in the harassment case, because she was constantly not showing up for things, doing the wrong thing. You know, it was getting pushed back because of she was pro se and because the judge was giving her all this leeway he shouldn't have. Yeah, so it's actually a nightmare.
Crazy. The leeway can be crazy with pro se too, depending on the judge. This judge, which a court agreed, this judge above and beyond with that, but even like regularly, some of the stuff they let them get away with is nuts. Aussie Wombat, thanks for the 3. They forgot that Jeremy Hales was in Ohio at the time.
In Ohio at the time of what? Oh, the signs?
Are you talking about signs? Yeah, it didn't. What was the statement on there? That he got a call from. Let me look at that. Give me 1 second here. Good Lord, give me a second. I'm rolling back.
Yeah, that was that thing where he was talking about the Facebook video and how he's not sure why the plaintiff is even mentioning this. And I think they're just establishing how Jeremy heard about it and that it's documented when he heard about it because he made a Facebook video about it.
No, they're saying, like, how could he have fraudulently made signs if he wasn't even there? And posted them. That's what I think they're saying. I'm looking up I can't remember where Jeremy was during all this. Man, all this stuff blurs together in my head. I don't know. We'll come back to that in a minute. And BC Eagle Deb noted. BC went to Boston College. Eagle, our mascot. My name is Deb. There we go. Boom. That was right. First of all, thank you for explaining that. Second of all, I'm glad I was right. Apparently, I'm going to have kid raters a lot now. So that is the end of our super chats. Do you have anything you would like to add? I actually want to.
I do not, but it sounds like you need to save the narc situation.
Yeah, you want to say something real fast?
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I love you.
Aw.
Fine, I love you. Oh, well, that's very nice of you. People love you too. You're very nice. Okay, is that all you wanted to say?
Psycho just was a different car. I don't know what Mom called it like. Maybe when we come.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I'm going to jump off here because she's going to talk about nowhere. All right, well, thank you, folks. I appreciate you, and I'm going to end here. Thanks.